We're bookending the stream, Daz. It's a good thing. It's like the parents sitting at either end of the table with all the kids in the middle.
I'll take that. Get in where you fit in.
All right, chat. Spam ones if everybody's volume is good to go. Just give us a whole bunch of ones in chat. Oh, that's what I like to see. Okay, excellent. Now, if anybody's not sure what's going on here, probably most of you already know by now, but we're going to rank the top 24 players at Worlds. We're ranking them in terms of how well we expect them to play to give a little bit more variety. Not that I think there would be lack of arguments if we did it the simple way either. But we're going to start off. We've got 24, which is I think a third of the players at LAN. Usually it would be top half. Now it's top third. So if you're not in the top 24, you're literally like bottom 2/3, which is embarrassing. So yeah, big deal here. Starting off though with honorable mentions. I told everybody to keep it to one honorable mention each. Dazerin, who's joined us for today to make it a huge, big episode, 6 people. Who's your honorable mention to kick things off?
My honorable mention. This was tough because I mean I was picking between. This player is CJCJ, and unfortunately for CJCJ,
so it wasn't being that tough.
I didn't go. I didn't go. My honorable mention is Sinzo. I'm putting Sinzo in my honorable mention. I think that for me, Sinzo did really good in the fall split, and personally, I would like to see that same level of performance from Sinzo come out here at the World Championship. But of course, he's playing on a completely different team then. But I still want to respect him from not only playing as a sub on a team, going to another team and still making the World Championship. I think that's something to write about.
Okay. The Sinzo honorable mention from Dazerin. Yumi, who's your honorable mention?
I've got a very easy honorable mention. It was just somebody who's I think pretty good, but you know, not top 24 worthy. Easy one. Chicago is my honorable mention.
Whoa!
Dang. What?
Whoa!
It's got to be a long night.
Exactly.
It really is. You know what? That's perfect. You set the tone. You set the tone straight, Yumi.
You just like,
hey, look,
out the gate.
Bunch of question marks in the chat, and I want to see a lot more question marks because my honorable mention.
Put Atomic 18 and you end up being pretty right. So you got to throw some names out there.
Come on. But my honorable mention is somebody who has not performed at a LAN to this day. It's Seiko.
Oh my goodness.
He's got to prove it. He's got to prove it.
When you think about it, you forget about Fall?
He's done nothing at a LAN.
You forget about Fall?
Fall, he was good, man.
Fall, he was great.
Fall, he was like top 10. He was top 10 in Fall.
Fall, he was top 5.
So
yeah, I beat him. Wow.
CJ beat him.
Okay.
To be fair, Seiko was probably not top 40 of Landon, so
exactly.
No, I feel like that's fair enough, to be honest.
Was 10 years ago.
I feel like you're putting Seiko honorable mentions fair enough, but for the wrong reason. I think BDS might just suck again, which is fair enough. But
well, that's
Seiko's done stuff at LAN though. He has done stuff at LAN.
Man, that's crazy, bro. I think when you look, like, usually our top 24, it's like, wow, that's crazy. But this time, there's literally, as you said, this is a top 33%. So your team has to do well as well for you to be, to be in there.
Yeah.
So anyway, with that said, my honorable mention. Actually, who is my honorable mention? My honor. Oh no.
Let me pick from a hat real fast.
Hang on. Can you skip me?
Yeah, Bates. Save CJ.
Skip you. You're already confused already? How are you confused?
I don't think he has one.
He forgot.
My honorable mention, this might also, be like, oh my god, my honorable mention, just because I think the team is absolutely busted right now, it's going to be Archie.
Okay.
I don't think they're going that well endpoint. I think that team's, if they do have a bad world, boom, they'll disappear into thin air, that team. So, go on Archie for honorable mention.
All right, Bates, who you got?
I got Extra.
Okay.
Extra as my honorable mention. It's just that simple. I've one of the few people with a reasonable honorable mention so far in this talk already.
I went from being blasted at Extra at like 23 last time, and now you got him at an honorable mention. That just shows how right I was last time, bro. Like,
no, it just shows how
you were actually
how right I was.
You were genius. You put Extra like so low, and we were
he had
like,
Atomic 18.
I mean, G2 went out. I The only mistake there is having J-Naps in Chicago because Atomic did perform the best out of G2. But
remember the time tbates when you had all BDS in like the top 5?
yeah, exactly. The old BDS roster.
Times have changed.
Let me tell you something, man. It happens.
What happens?
Bro, lowered the chair.
All right, my honorable mention, I think so far has been pretty respectable. I think I'm going to slot right in there with a respectable honorable mention of Mist from Optic Gaming, who had a good land-in, but yeah, I don't think they're going to have that good of an event compared to Landon. So honorable mention, I think he's going to do well. I don't think his team's going to do too well.
Mist does have the advantage of being able to show themselves in the wild card. I think that's going to be, in terms of like players that get to show up and be on these lists, like maybe post-LAN, we probably have a little bit of bias towards wild card in the end because we'll actually get to see more of them.
That's true.
That is true.
That's fact.
Of the teams that like bomb out of like groups.
Yeah, I was going to say that. Like, Endpoint, although they're in main event, you know, so they could go further than some teams that have on.
Yeah, they're going to bomb out of groups.
They're less exposed. Can I shotgun going first? I want to set the tone here.
CJ, we're doing the whole
reveal
line
all at once.
We're doing the whole line at once. Hold on.
Oh, that makes sense. We'll be here all night.
Tell me if you guys can see this on Discord. I'll share it on Discord so you guys can see live at the same time. You don't have to watch the stream. Does that work?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see after we
Yes.
You can
Showing
see
us live is good.
Let's see the list.
All right. So what we're going to do, chat, is we're going to reveal everybody's number 24 at the same time. And then we're going to see how it goes. Because, yeah, if we go through... Yeah, he's not been in one of these for a while, so like we used to do one at a time.
That means he hasn't watched, though. We don't...
Do I want to watch T-Base do a Mickey list, bro? I don't want to. You do all this Mickey list, and then you do all the... Listen. I do that every day. Come on now.
All right, so at 24 across the board, let's see what everybody's got.
That's got to be RollDizz with Justin. Is that RollDizz with Justin?
Red is on the list.
Oh, lost.
Who is that?
Who's got Justin at 24?
I managed it.
Bro, there's no way, bro. You set the tone, all right. You set the tone on mediocrity and ran wrong.
It was tough to get anyone on NRG in the list.
Are you not thinking that's like a little bit too high or low?
I can't tell. Are you mad that he's there or that he's too low? I can't tell.
I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed. That he's so low on the list.
It's a world champ. That's the reigning world champ, fall major champion, and you got him at 24.
But like
3 years ago, world champ.
I don't know if they're getting out of wildcards if they were there. So they're
well, they're already top 8. So I mean, they're already top 16. So I don't want to tell you, they put in the work early. They played so bad in a split, and they're still top 16. How's that make you feel?
But like, what do you think they're gonna do at World? Maybe answer that later if it's gonna reveal too much about your list. But I don't think it's there's anything wrong with putting Justin at 24.
If he has Justin at 24, that means that the only possible player he could possibly have on energy is Gary G somewhere. Gary G can't be that much higher. And if he doesn't have Gary G that much higher, that means he's basically saying that NRG ain't gonna do anything. They're about to win about one game each and then walk back home.
What's wrong with saying that?
Isn't that what they did in the split?
What's wrong with that?
Well, that's crazy, bro.
NRG are going to play... Who is it they're playing coming out of Swiss? It's like the number 3 team coming out of Swiss who are going to be really, really hot. Yeah. Like a 3-1 team out of Swiss.
Yeah, it's literally tough coming out.
And they're probably going to lose. Let's be honest. The number 3 team out of Swiss is probably beating NRG. Then they're going to play lower bracket. Hopefully win that, but then they're going to play against someone like FaZe and maybe lose there as well. So I don't see what's wrong with Justin.
I feel like
we had the honorable mentions onto this list. Just like Chicago on the bottom.
Yeah, like are we forgetting that NRG like what they're doing right now? Like anyone watch last split? Are we all everyone's on the same page?
I think I'm fine with this.
Like, I put Archie as an honorable mention because Endpoint bombed out. They were Endpoint with the number 1 seed in fall, and now that obviously Archie wasn't on the team, but now I think it's a similar NRG. Like they were really good early on, but not seen it right. I think that they might win one series in
Wait, but have you guys done predictions? The people complaining and realize like how hard it is in the group stage because. Like, the bracket can be insane. Like, I have NRG losing to Space Station in the end, you know? So,
Yeah.
I got a bracket already. And bracket looks good to me.
My bracket had NRG versus KC losing, so like that's not a good start. Not a good look for Justin. And then I think they won in the lower bracket against who was it? I can't remember. Chat, help me out. I just did this like 5 minutes ago. But anyway, yeah, I didn't have them going that far. Let's just say that much. Didn't have them going.
But yeah,
that far.
V1, SSG, and Carmine Corp are all going to come through wildcard and start smashing whoever it is they end up against.
I had them losing to Optics. Yeah, I had Energy going 0-2.
Oh, okay.
That's why Mist is an honorable mention and Justin isn't.
Oh my God, Justin's not on the list.
Of course not.
What
Why would he be
realize
on the
is
list?
that
If they lose, it'll
if
trigger.
you're- If I'm not, I don't think they'll get top 8, and that's already technically that could be 24 players in the 8 teams in the top 8, and that's already a whole list. So I'm probably going to have 2 players on the teams that make a top 8, which probably leaves 16, which means like 8 players left. So the fact that Justin's got on there is pretty good.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm gonna come with the facts here. Y'all just
say,
see everybody holds a good NRG. NRG didn't make London, bro. Let me tell you, NRG only had to their standards. I guess they had 2 bad regionals, but to anybody else standards, they had 1 bad regional, and that was the first one. And that was the regional that messed them over. They finished top 4, I believe, in the second regional because I think they lost to V1
I don't think so.
4-3 or something.
Oh wait, yeah, they came fourth,
and
then they lost
then
to
the next one
Complexity.
they lost to FaZe.
They lost to Complexity. They lost to a team aren't even at Worlds.
Complexity is a team that if NA didn't throw, and
That
London
aren't
would
even
have been here.
aren't even at Worlds. They're number 7 in NA.
That's because NA was starting toss. That's because FaZe can't win. That's because Complexity is a great team. You act like
I'm putting respect on my boys.
y'all act like they lost.
I ain't dealing with this right now.
The
But I'm not gonna
NRG
sit
propaganda
here
is
and take the
that
disrespect.
y'all swear NRG lost. I understand in the first one they lost to Ghost, and I think they lost to Rogue. Okay, and y'all act like that happened twice, like 2 regionals. That didn't happen. They lost to every single team they lost to.
And
From
then they had a Mickey bracket.
A Mickey bracket.
Mickey
Bro, they
bracket.
literally, I think
So they just lost.
Who they faced in the first round of both regionals as a warm-up. They would go down and face like a 16th to 18th team, bro. Like,
They play Exit and beat FaZe.
They beat FaZe.
Say something about.
Beat
They
Torn
play
to beat
X-Net.
V1. Torn to beat V1, and then they lost to V1 in 7.
Yeah, they had one good regional.
I think we all know that if NRG beats V1, they're gonna beat Optic in that next matchup in lower bracket final. And then you got G2 NRG final.
There's a lot of ifs here, you know.
Who was the only team that NRG beat in the winter split? Sorry, at the winter major.
In the winter major.
Why are we talking about this?
Why did you bring that up?
CJCJ.
The only team they were able to beat was CJCJ's team.
They lost to Endpoint. They lost to Endpoint.
But they beat, bro. Oh my
6
gosh.
months ago. We're actually talking about like 6 months ago.
What I don't understand, though,
all
teammates,
that matters. Go ahead.
What I don't understand is you put Extra as an honorable mention with BDS, the best team in the world. They're looking unbelievable. They won the fall, and all of a sudden they had 1 bad major, and all of a sudden everyone's writing them off, which was probably fair.
Hold on.
But then NRG all of a sudden weren't at the major. Like at least BDS made it, even though they didn't go that well.
I explained to you why. First off, I explained to it. First off, I even said it on that last stream. I was going for another storyline meta cheese. I wasn't using my brain too much. I was going with my heart, and I was saying, BDS. I just wanted BDS. I wanted all BDS players to be in that top 4 just to see them lose, just so I could never hear that nonsense again. If I was being reasonable, I probably would put Extra about 18, 19 for that one in general because that's what he should have been
in hindsight.
But no. I thought I was going storyline meta, but now I'm being a little bit more serious. And I'm being a little more serious. And I'm saying that if you have Justin, who's probably the best player in NRG, you got him all the way at 24, man.
Nah, what did Justin do in their final series of the entire split online against Complexity? What did he do? Nothing. Justin forgot to turn his monitor on. Squishy forgot to bring his controller. Garrett was the only player playing well when everything was on the line. See, their entire London majors on the line. Garrett's the only player who remembered how to play. Justin did nothing.
That's right. Are we going to rate Justin off of that 1 series?
When it's all on the line, yeah, that kind of is what Worlds is. That's what Worlds is.
I remember in 2019, on the line, Game 7 against Vitality, Justin.
Oh, God, 2019?
So now we're talking 2019, different roster. Different roster. Different roster bates.
Domination by Justin. Fall major, domination by Justin.
It's a different roster.
Dominated in 2021. 2019. I call 2021 domination.
He's
I was still, bro. I wasn't even in the league yet.
Bro, act like Justin doesn't have a clutch gene is crazy. He's streaking under the pressure. Chris, are we serious right here?
Base, no one is saying that Justin's never been clutch. No one said that. What are you talking about? Of course, Justin's been clutch.
He's not clutch right now.
We're saying that right now. There's evidence that no, he wasn't clutch.
Okay, losing complexity in one series, he's not clutch.
He did nothing. First complexity.
Not clutch anymore.
They lose to the number 7 team in North America when their entire split is on the line. Yeah, that's not clutch. That's literally the definition of not clutch.
Okay, is Mukimu not clutch anymore?
Yeah, he wasn't clutch at the London either. That's why I'm not ranking him pretty high.
All of those two series, Mukimu isn't clutch anymore?
The only evidence we've got of that team playing on LAN, you mean? Yeah. The only evidence.
If I don't even see the argument of Justin not doing that. He had the second best stats on NRG that series. Like the
on NRG,
the second best stats on NRG, bro.
So the second worst. He had the second worst stats.
Bro, listen, I'm trying to make the argument, bro, and you're not helping.
No, the argument was that he did nothing.
No, he was the worst assist of all time.
Turns out you're like, nah, Squishy was worse. Trust me, he was even worse.
Oh my god, bro.
How come we had Seiko as an honorable mention? Everyone's like, oh, yeah, that's
yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Who said Seiko at honorable mention? Who said that?
Before we move, who had Seiko?
It was me.
RollDizz.
He's got
I mean, all y'all's lists are already garbage. I heard Chicago. I heard Seiko. I got Justin at 24.
Are you about to like pull us?
Only list that's good so far. Me and Johnny, everyone else, you guys well all retired, bro.
You literally.
Wow, I'm surprised you got my list good. I thought you were gonna say who's lost, but I
list of
that.
2 people. I'm really happy that you put lost because I feel like a lot of people talking about the club consistently, like every time I see them talk about
main as
it's KV1, it's a Stromic, but Lost is their best player.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm always like, what the hell's going on?
How far are you expecting that team to go?
Probably like top 12. Nah, top 16.
Top 12?
Top 16, not top 12. I had them top 16. But I think if they went into the Mickey group, which is Group B, I think they could get top 12. But I've got them going through the Group of Death, Group A, top 16. But they might be a top 12 team. It just depends what group you land in. Group B's totally free.
Yeah, I don't know. That's if they get out a wild card.
There's teams like NRG in there, Endpoint, like it's free group.
I'm just surprised. Like I put Justin there, and I thought everyone's like, "Oh yeah, that's okay." I'm surprised that what has happened from this pick. Anyway, we can move on.
I love it. We're on one.
I thought I was going to get that from Chicago.
Oh man!
Look, I just expected you to say that ignorant nonsense. I knew it was coming. I knew you were going to throw some shenanigans out there. Yeah. That's why I didn't have a reaction. But CJ, this early. I thought it'd be a 20 CJ, not 24.
Well, I think with NRG, you can either believe in them and they're going to go really well, or you can like look at what's going recently and you got to go one way or the other with them.
Yeah, I don't see what's wrong with. I don't see what's wrong.
Fair
with
to see somebody do this and somebody else have Justin maybe 10 or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like putting Justin anywhere is fine. I mean, the range for NRG is ridiculous. They could definitely go 0-2 and just not win a series.
We were talking about this before. But like NRG, BDS, Dignitas, Endpoint, there's a few teams here that you could believe in, but you just can't believe in all of them. You got to choose at least a couple of them to fail out miserably again.
There's a range.
I mean, I think NRG is an easier group.
Yeah. CJ just hit my heart. That's all.
Yeah, I think they're an easier group, but they still go 0-2. Whoops.
Not that early.
I encourage chat to make their own list and then realize how many people you have to leave out.
True.
72 players.
Like they just see our list and then just start criticizing immediately. Like,
yeah, no, make a list. Try it.
All right, I think we got to move on because we're stuck on 24 here. Let's go to 23 and see what everybody's got. Okay. Seeing an apparently Jack in here. That's interesting.
I don't like it.
I guess I was completely bring that up.
Okay. Yeah, I think please.
Well, I don't think Dig go that well on LAN. Besides the fall where they just absolutely dominate wildcard, but I think that on a wildcard the Swiss. But I just think they're gonna have enough matches in the wildcard where Jack's like gonna step up for those guys. I don't know about Joris right now. It's kind of like this Joris Archie. Like we talk about how they playing the game isn't cool anymore. I'm like, don't know the boys are grinding. But Joris could obviously pop off as well, but I'm going in Amchuk. And there's a spoiler that he's my only Dig player.
Yeah, I thought he was the best player of winter, so I think it's fair to put him up there in that spot for Dig if they make it through the top 16, of course.
Yeah, I don't rate them doing too well, so
A lot of people don't have them making it through wildcard at this point.
I've got them
So,
getting
yeah.
reverse swept in Swiss. Like they start off strong, then they lose 3 straight, lose 9 straight games to go out of Swiss. I think they're gonna capitulate. I got it.
rough.
I can't back them. They
AJ at
keep
23
joking.
means that Typical is not on your list, Johnny.
Of course
That's
he's not. Of
crazy.
cour's Typical's not on my list. Why would Typical be on my list after?
That's a Johnny doesn't
London?
watch FaZe, man. I don't know what.
He's not
Johnny
on my
doesn't
list.
watch-
I don't know. I saw Typical in London not being a top 24 player. Why would he be
He was
top
definitely
24?
better than AJ was in London.
No.
Surely.
No, I don't think so.
No.
No. That's ridiculous. Are you serious? You think Typical is
you're
better
just
than AJ
saying-
in London?
AJ was often their best player in London.
It was first killer AJ
What?
Typical, clear 1, 2, 3. There shouldn't even be a debate about that.
I don't even remember AJ doing anything.
And that I had Sypical above in my pre-predictions for London.
Sip was so clutch in London. There's times where FK
No.
would disappear in London.
Typical was
There's
not
actually a lot of
clutch in
times.
London.
More so than I think he's ever disappeared. Like FK was not typical FK. AJ just does AJ things, and Sip was clutch a lot.
I feel like Typical will, like, he had one good regional and now everybody's like, yep, Typical's goated. He's insane. Everybody in North America is just like, yep, Typical's just absolutely ridiculous. But no, he had one good regional, like regional 3, but he's not better than AJ. AJ's like usually better than Typical, and on LAN he's been better than Typical both times.
I'll agree with the usually better, but I don't think to me he wasn't better in London. That's basically what but like that's neither here nor
I
there.
don't, like, you're
What have
calling,
AJ on there?
none of them were clutch in London. They were all pretty bad in London. I'm expecting FaZe to do better in Worlds than they did in London, but I don't think any of them were particularly good. But I don't know how you could put Typical over AJ in London. Like chat, but I think a lot of chat probably will. There seems to be. I'm okay with it. Like if you guys love Typical, that's cool. I like that he's got a lot of like fans and people want him to do well. But for me, it's not even close. It's like so clear that AJ is better on that team. But yeah, type 1 in chat if you think Typical was better than AJ in London. I want to see. Let's see how many people. I think there's going to be a lot.
See, I think it's like one thing to rate London, but I think like I also like look at London. I look at the last regional before London. I look at Gamers 8. I think like AJ had a really good regional 3. I think there's a debate obviously with AJ and Typical in London. Gamers 8, AJ definitely was that guy in that event. So for me, at least compared to Sip, I just think AJ's.
Wait,
There's a little
regional
bit more
3, AJ is better than Typical?
Yeah, Typical was better than
What
AJ.
are you watching?
I think that was the one time actually. I think Typical was better regional 3, but Winter Major
Clearly
AJ was
Typical
better.
was the best player on the team that time.
Every
that
LAN, Winter Major, Spring Major, Gamers 8. I think AJ was better than Typical in all 3 LANs.
Well, I'll
And
say
mostly
AJ.
online.
Gamers
mostly
8
online
is
regionals.
AJ's tournament. Like that's a tournament for AJ. So I
It
would
doesn't
expect
matter
AJ
though.
to be
You're still better. You're still better than Zip though. Like in 3s.
Tomatoes, I guess. They're both gonna be low. Abjack over Justin. I need to know the rationale of
Every
Abjack
conversation
over
is going to be this person over
It's
Justin.
all going to be Justin.
Person over Justin
No,
every round.
no. I gotta set the tone now so I can get you later. Cause you're gonna contradict yourself later on.
I'm
CJ.
not trying to
So
contradict myself.
apparently Jack is over Justin because apparently Jack is playing in the wild card and Justin isn't.
Yes, because
Okay,
in the
I'm
wild
holding.
cards are Swiss, and you're gonna have potentially could have 5 series, and I'm saying Justin might have 2 series he's out the door in the double even groups, and you just might not get as much exposure. It's the same with Endpoint in the group in the main event. Like even though they're in main event, let me say a team who's playing in the wild card in the Swiss I could easily put a player from there that doesn't make main event, or if it's someone who's auto called into the main event and then that team's gone terribly. Like you agree with that?
It's extremely hard to place a player highly if you think they're going to lose every series they play.
Thank you, Yummy.
Compared to a team that gets some wins in wildcard and maybe even has the same placement, but they got some wins so you can see how it went for them.
So y'all think NRG's gonna lose both of their series back to back? Wow.
I think the second one will be close. I think their lower bracket series will probably be a coin flip. I think their upper bracket series against whoever finishes third in Swiss is a loss. And I think they lose lower bracket final.
What's the
take?
Okay, so what's the gap? Yeah, it's a crazy take. Well, what's the gap? What's the gap? So NRG would play the 3rd seed out.
They play number 3 from Swiss, a team that goes 3-1 in Swiss.
Okay, and when is that team? When is that team done playing? Thursday?
Friday.
I know. I think there's like 2
Done
days.
playing Friday?
I think there's like 2 days off. I mean, I don't think.
And then that team doesn't play again until Wednesday?
How is that relevant at all? Like
because there's such a big gap in between.
Oh,
it's
so
not like
obviously,
wait.
of course, the team who finishes third in Swiss is gonna suck by the time they play NRG. That makes sense.
it's not
Are you
gonna
crazy?
suck, but it's not like they're fresh off. It's not like they played the day before. It's gonna be like a 4-day break.
No,
I mean,
but
it
the
means that
team
they're
that comes
playing well, though.
we're not even saying that it's like a momentum thing. We're
Okay,
just
you're
saying
not
the team
saying
that comes
I'm not
third
saying-
out
I'm
of
not
Swiss
making
is
no
going to be
momentum.
strong because
They're just
it's
gonna
one of V1 SSG or Carmine.
Oh, you're just saying the team's gonna be strong.
Yeah, they're gonna be
Okay,
good.
okay,
It's gonna be a
okay.
good team. It's gonna be
Good.
top 3.
Okay.
It's gonna be V1, Carmine Corp, or SSG, or a team who's beaten one of those 3 and shown up. So I think NRG is gonna struggle there against number 1, number 3 from Swiss.
Okay.
Maybe win lower bracket in their group, then upper bracket in their lower bracket final in their group is against like someone like FaZe or another Swiss team. I don't know. It's tough. It's going to be really, really hard.
Someone made a good point in chat. Yeah, these wildcard guys have a 1-day break. NRG have a 3-month break.
Yeah, like,
They're going to be
Not
so
a
ready.
big break
Doesn't
though,
make
goofies.
Yeah,
It
NRG
is.
are going to be playing their first series on land since when was LA?
March?
Well, I guess yeah.
March?
So their first
And
series on
and-
land in 4 months versus a team
Okay.
that had a day off out of wildcard. Yeah.
Okay, and O1 Esports somehow sneaks their way in and plays NRG somehow. NRG still got way more land experience than O1 Esports Rebel half. And
Hey,
also it's
listen.
the World Championship. It's a different level. It's a different perspective.
But
for players
if
to go into.
O1
It's a different level of
Esports-
pressure.
If
That's
O1
absolute
Esports
facts.
are good enough to finish 3rd in Swiss over the one of SSG V1 or Carmine, then they're probably beating NRG. It doesn't
No,
matter
they'll be
who's
hot in those
3rd.
2 days.
It doesn't
They'll be hot
matter
in those
who's
2 days.
3rd in Swiss. If the team
I
who
don't
finishes
agree
3rd
with
in
that.
Swiss is favorite against NRG, doesn't matter who it is.
What?
It doesn't matter who it
I
is.
actually, no, I don't agree with that. Not really. No.
We gotta move on to 22. I gotta see the rest
Yeah,
of
we
these lists,
gotta
bro.
move
on.
There's a lot of energy
Keep going.
disrespect. There's a
We're
lot of
gonna-
energy disrespect.
It's not even disrespect, it's just
it's not
facts.
disrespect.
It's not
literally
facts.
They lost to the major
It's not
champions.
facts.
They lost to the major champions in winter.
And endpoint.
God.
At endpoint. Their record against EU is like 1-6 in series. Like they're losing every EU team in every event. I've put up the next one though, so we can move on while we continue to discuss
Ooh,
Justin for the
amazing.
entire list, probably.
Wow, there's the OCE love.
Come
Hey.
and tournament in 22 and 24.
Look at that bias, the fever
Look at the
bias.
bias.
Yeah.
Kind of
Right.
cringe that you would put your own teammate up there.
Oh, I had to get the OCE love in there. We'll be at a
So-
wild card.
I just have a question for RollDizz. After V1 got top 6 in winter, top 5, top 6, and then top 3 in spring, why do you have 2 of their players all the way at the bottom of the list?
I think they perform similarly, different roles. In my opinion.
To be fair, if he's got
No,
beast
no,
mode at
no,
1, then they're doing pretty well.
Yeah.
If he's got beast mode first, then that's a good
And I
average.
think there's a lot of other players that are good and will perform better for their
Then
team.
the team
Like,
finished top 3 at the last major.
yes. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I had Com as my honorable mention for the last major, and I disappointed myself. I felt like he was a real performer at the last
Mhm.
event, especially at the very beginning where beast mode still hadn't like warmed up yet. Realistically, against I think endpoint, something like that.
Well, does anyone have V1 finishing top 4? Because to do that, they need to show up on the last day of a major, or of a LAN, which they haven't done
Mhm.
before.
Mhm.
Every day that they play their last series, their last day, they're pretty bad.
I think that there's definitely a possibility for V1 to finish top 4.
But they have to show up on the last day. They lost to FaZe on the last day. Not the last day, but their last day they played in winter, they lost to both FaZe and Space Station. And then this time they got 4-0'd by Moist. Like,
I
I don't think they're that good on the last day.
Well, they lost to Moist, but then they also went 7 with Falcons. I think the potential for version 1 is definitely there, and I think that they're getting better and better every event because they know what they're doing wrong. And I think that team is very open to listening and growing. And that's a team that also has players that have come from every stage of the game, from an old guard like Torment to Com, who's kind of like in between Torment and Beast Mode, to Beast Mode being the young gun. They all seem very able to work together and adaptable. And that range with experience between that team has taken them very far. And Fireburn's a good coach. So
I don't know if experience counts for anything though, because Moist are like all brand new and they're the best team in the world. I don't know if like this season it has proved to me at least that experience is
I don't know.
pointless. It
I
does
think
nothing.
Torment makes a very good argument for that.
Nah, I think Torment's like he's just good because he's actually he's relevant mechanically. I think you talk about Torment as if he's just this like wise guy at the back hiding in the goal, positioning well. But no, he's actually like mechanical enough to be there. It's not just, you know, positioning experience.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying.
He's
Though.
good.
I'm saying Torment's a good player. He's been able to keep up over the years. I think that's worth something.
Yeah, it is. But I think experience is worth absolutely nothing. I think last day of this event, last day of Worlds, no team is experienced in that context. They've never had anything like this. Quarterfinals for this much money. Only the teams at Gamers 8 have played that much money.
Oh my gosh! Here we go.
Okay.
It's literally true though. Who's played for 200 grand? What teams in the world have experience playing for 200k?
Money, bro. It's the world championship.
It's the world.
It's not about the money. Are you crazy? Like, come on.
I didn't say.
At some point, it's about the money.
The prestige level of the event being the best in the world. People are thinking about that more than they think about how much money they taking home.
Yeah, but that's because they're thinking that's because the pressure is even more than the
They
money.
all make bank already. They ain't think about the money at first. When all these players.
Oh yeah. Who cares about 67 grand? Not a biggie.
Johnny,
No big deal. 67k now.
I'm supposed to question all y'all. All these players have been grinding for X amount of time to do what? To win the blank.
To win money.
Stacks.
To win money. That's right.
Money.
It's for the money, man. You think they do this
When
for
you
free?
already get paid $15K a month,
You
you
think
ain't
they
thinking
do it
about
for
no
free?
dang money, bro.
You think they do it for free? Do you think there's a reason why in the early seasons of RLCS everybody was asking for more prize pool? Every pro, they're all saying we need to get this prize pool higher. Now they don't say that because they're like, okay, hold on, that's a lot of money.
They're getting paid $15,000. That's why they're not talking about it.
Right.
No, it's because the prize pool's a lot of money now. It's like a lot of money.
I'm about to sit here and argue
24-second ads, getting $30,000 for the ad, man.
You're telling me when they're playing
it.
when they're playing a best of 7 for $200,000, 67k each in one best of 7. You're telling me they're not thinking? Nah, the money not even relevant.
They're thinking about winning. Who is thinking about the money during that port? You're thinking about winning the game. 13,000.
Why do you think that those things are mutually exclusive? What part of this is
that
separated?
all works together. Everybody knows how this works, bro. Because the money, first of all, they don't. Some teams don't even get all the money. The Ords take a cut of that. Then you got to split it with your teammates on top of that. So that diminishes real quick. The money also gives the Ords a reason to pay the players. This is a process. All these things work together. Nobody is thinking, I just missed $100,000 shot. They ain't even talking about this is a shot between first and second place. Being the best in the world.
That's what people want to believe. That's what people want to believe. But I'm not saying that they're not thinking about lifting up trophy. I'm saying they are doing that, but they're also thinking about the money. I think it's
What did Garrett tweet?
I don't care what Garrett tweets. Like social media, he's farming impressions of social media. Congratulations. He's not going to tweet like I'm not going to stop until I get that check. Is he? He's not going to tweet that. That wouldn't farm. Of course he's going to. Of course he's going to tweet about the trophy.
Impressions say they wants to win the world championship.
Yeah, do you not know that if you tweet something like that, you're gonna get mad impressions? It's a good move. So it's really smart.
I think they just go hand in hand, to be honest.
Okay,
Reason it's a $2 million tournament.
Yeah, hold on. Let's see it. So CJ the pro here.
What is he two bets? You got
CJ getting 15K.
Abjack over Sippy cool?
Oh, never mind.
Oh my! Honestly, I can't believe this list. This is ridiculous. Oh,
yeah, go
sorry.
What are you saying, man? Bro, I'm still mind blown with the money thing, bro. The money plays,
but
bro.
CJ, World Championship
I don't grind the
player.
game to make the money. I grind the game to win the championship.
I mean, you're so far away from the money. I don't think you're like someone who can think about that, Bates. And no disrespect, but like, yeah, I don't think you can. You're not the voice of authority on this one.
Listen, I
just know pros care a lot about money.
Time out.
If you don't know Bates' career, and you don't know,
let me look up the Wikipedia earnings. Hold on.
Your earnings.
Okay, let's stop this. Right. As a former pro,
I think it's pretty close actually. I've won quite a lot in Twitch Rivals in my time, so.
Oh my god.
Bro,
this is how it is.
Bro, when you're grinding on those 6-mans, were you thinking about winning 200,000? What are you thinking about?
Listen, you start the game thinking about just winning, right? But then it gets to a point where if you want to make it a career, you got to think about the money because it's a livelihood. But then when you're in the league, then you only think about winning. Like once you make the league, it's just winning because you want to stay at the top.
Let me tack onto that. I think it depends. Like, you know, say you look at Saudi, right? I think everyone was there like, let's see how much money we can make. Like, because there's not as much prestige with it. And it's sort of like it was really fun, like a bit of a boot camp for Worlds, you know, like, the team's hanging out, bit of twos, bit of ones, different format. But I think like when it's the world championships, like everyone wants to win worlds. It's not about the money. I think it's like that. It's about like that history, that prestige behind it. You know what I mean? And then
I brought this up to say, like, I just said that the experience is worth nothing when you get to that last day, because there's so much money on the line, and it's the first Worlds in 3 years, and it's the most important line in Rocket League history. So I'm just saying, like, no one's ever had experience like this. No one's experienced.
I really wish SSG won that game 7 against Moise, bro. I really wish that they improved off of that, and that the comms that Reynolds had made sense, so I could have an argument here. But I don't have an argument right now.
Game 7 curse.
Wait, what?
There's some of these teams that never even played in that spotlight like this. It's the World Championship. It's different than any major. It's different than Gamers 8. This is something that sticks with you forever. This changes your whole career.
But you can't say the money's not even a consideration. That's nonsense.
No,
Nobody's
I'm not saying it's not consideration.
That's literally what you said, though. I said that they all matter. I was the one who's saying, like, the money matters, the prestige matters, the history matters, the fact that it's the first Worlds in 3 years. I say it's all, like, combining together to make anyone's previous LAN experience worthless. That's all I'm saying. Now apparently the money does matter a little bit. Like, you're changing your tune.
Gamers 8, the money mattered. Like, if that was a $2,000 tournament, no one's going to it.
Yeah, but also at the same time, no one watched it because it was just a money.
I do want to say that if I did say the money doesn't matter, then I do apologize for that. I didn't mean that. The money is factored into that. I'm saying that it doesn't matter as much as I think you're rating it in this, because it's the World Championship. I think Gamers 8 money mattered more than anything else, as to what CJ said.
Okay, yeah.
If I did say that, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to.
No, I don't. The impression I got was that it makes no difference. When I think it does make a difference. I think if they were playing for free, then it would be a very different story. The fact that they're playing for like 200 grand in that grand final is a very, very different. Imagine they're just playing for nothing. You tell me that would be the same thing? Nah.
I think in the grand final,
the prestige and the money kind of go hand in hand.
They all combine together
because it's also meant to be a high prestige tournament. So
it's.
I will say that the majors have gone down in importance, I feel like, over time compared to, because everyone start thinking about worlds. And even at the last one, there were teams who had already earned their invite or earned at least a wild card, and they were talking about, we care more about Gamers 8 at this point, because for them the major is just a 90K tournament and Gamers 8 was a $2 million cash grab. So
let me know who said that, so I can monitor them.
I don't know. Some of these teams 200 grand.
I want to see how they do.
I know some teams on big salaries, but for other teams it's a different story.
Yeah, CJ has the money for you.
Oh, trust me, if CJ making the top 8 somehow, that won't be happening. If CJ making the top 8, it ain't
CJ?
for CJ. It ain't about the
Why CJ?
I gotta say, I think it was even Reynolds was saying, like, they went to Games 8. They make top 4 like 200K. Did they get maybe?
Sorry, CJ, say again. Like, your mic cut out.
Sorry, I was saying, Space Station. Reynolds was like, we made more than Moist, and Moist won a whole major, and we beat 2 teams in a Saudi land. Like, it's pretty.
Yeah,
so
they won
the
twice.
majors don't feel as much
important.
So I guess the money does add to the importance, but I think like Worlds is just this one that everyone's trying to get. So
yeah, I feel like sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you go. I'm just saying it's a bit of column A, a bit of a column B. Like the money has to be.
It's everything. It's everything. If they're playing for free, it would not be as serious. I'm just saying.
Yeah, it's like your career's like based off of this for some of these teams. Like you don't know what's gonna happen in the off season. So everybody
your salary as well gets put up if you come first, which is even more money on the.
I mean, everybody has a check right now, but like if you do poorly, that check goes away if you get kicked.
Job security as well. CJ's mic is it still too quiet? I've got him like max.
Is it quiet?
I'm worried.
He just changes volume because of his setup.
Yeah, I don't want to put him too loud in case it peaks. But okay,
you want me to? I'll turn it up to 100.
Oh, yeah, that's probably quite good.
Yeah.
Wow.
Chat, spam ones if that's good volume for CJ.
Is that better volume? Wow. 2-1. Hello.
All right, they're all spamming 1. Right, let's go into 20. Let's go into 21. Let's see what we got. Oh, we got some synergy.
Ooh.
Look at the boys.
A double.
Oh gosh, I don't want to sync up with him though.
Yeah. Honestly, I take everything back I said before.
How did I see this guy at the end, bro? This has to be troll at this point, man. This has to be troll, bro.
Oh, me?
No, look at all the way at the end, bro. Look at your left. Look at
Wow. Monkey Moon
that is
21.
crazy.
Monkey Moon
Thank you.
21.
That's
Thank you, Johnny.
impressive.
But
That's
like,
worse
you,
than
sir.
Justin.
what do you think BDS are doing at this event? What are they doing?
They must just be about to get swept again, apparently, because
I mean, I got them
I
winning.
think you have to
I got
either
them-
gamble of them being swept or like doing really well.
I think they're winning once and then losing twice. So it's better than London, but I don't have them coming out of the group of death. No, I don't think they get past.
Dang.
They're in Falcons' little quadrant there. I don't think they get past Falcons. And then when they drop down against Falcons, they're up against like Moist, Furia, or the number one team coming out of wildcard. I don't think they get. I don't think they win that. I think BDS are out. So
I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
they're in the
But
group of death.
I still got him higher.
They're in the group of death.
Crazy.
I mean, yeah, that's respectable.
I put.
But dang,
Yeah.
I couldn't do that one, bro. I'm sorry, I couldn't do that one, bro.
wow, bro.
People are
That's
realizing
crazy.
now that if your team, it doesn't matter how good the player is. If you're backing this team to not perform, you can't have all 24 teams playing their best, and then you got all the best players on those teams in your top 24. Like you're
So
gonna have some teams
Yeah.
that are gonna have bad worlds.
How many of us raise your hand if you have BDS going top 8, or don't do that if you want to save your predictions for later. But just
I
base.
don't even. Because Johnny been looking at this bracket too much. I haven't been looking at this bracket.
If they don't go top 8, that means they're
You're
winning
making
one
top
series max. That means if they don't go top 8, they're winning one series maximum, losing twice. Or they're just losing twice and not even winning. So like if they're only winning once max, how good can Monkey Moon really be against the competition that's playing so many more games? Like he can't look that good.
I mean, he could be absolutely phenomenal and they still lose the Falcons. They could lose 4-3. Monkey Moon average 550, 600 points and they lose the game. If he does that, he's already 21. That's top 10 player.
Yeah, he didn't
Going
do
up
that
against
in-
Falcons.
He didn't do that in London though. It's the first line where he didn't show up at all. 2 days in a
Is it-
row, he was just
The
not.
first time ever. LeBron James once scored 8 points. LeBron James, no.
I mean, it was
Sometimes
two
break
days
that
in a
back
row,
game.
and they were both the only days that he's played online with Seiko and his team, and he didn't show up either day, so I can't back him.
I
can't
think
back
it's
BDS.
perfectly valid for tbates or anybody to say that BDS are going to do really well.
It is.
I think that's valid, but
But
I think it's
you've
also
gotta
valid
say-
to say that they won't.
Yeah, I think you could put them in a range of like winning to losing both their series. I think that's the BDS range. And
Who are they losing to twice in this?
I think I've got them losing to Falcons and
Well-
Moist, so pretty good teams actually.
How are they losing to Moist?
Because I had Moist
Oh,
dropping
no
down.
way. I see what you've done. Okay. Yeah, okay. Keep going. Keep it going. There's only one way BDS plays Moist under there.
Oh,
There's
yeah,
only
I
one
see.
way. And there's no way you have that team beating them. What? Alpha Gamers 8! That's mind-blowing.
No, wait. Who do you think I have beating BDS? Hold on. I mean Moist. Who do you think I have winning?
V1,
No, he has the other team. He has the other team.
SSG.
SSG.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
I have SSG, man, not
No.
Furia. SSG.
He has
I think,
Furia.
no, well, I think Furia beating Moist is a totally fair prediction as well. But no, I think
That's crazy,
SSG.
too.
It's not crazy to say Furia
What has
beating
Furia
anyone.
done?
Furia beating anyone is an
Furia
okay
done to
prediction.
prove that they can beat Moist.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe Jan's the best offense in the world, and Kaio and Card like leveled up at Gamers 8 and showed something they haven't shown the entire season. So
That's crazy.
Oh, Gamers 8 again. over the team that finished second and first.
I don't see you think Gamers 8 is worth nothing when really like Kaio and Card in 3v3 looked really good, and there's no one's questioning Jan. Everybody knows
Yeah, but
Jan's
Johnny,
top
over
three.
the undisputed favorites. Come on.
Yeah, I mean,
Went 0-6.
well, I didn't put Fury over Moist actually. I put SSG over Moist because SSG I've got going the Gauntlet 5 series in Swiss and then Moist in their first
5
series of the
series
entire
in
event.
Swiss.
Moist have dropped to lower, or they've lost on day one at both lands that we've seen them play. So why can't they lose on their first day at this one as well to a team like Space Station? I don't see the problem with that. But then they bounce back and beat BDS and put Monkey Moon 21st. So that's what Moist are doing.
I see, man. I see.
So you're saying you're gonna probably at some point during the stream say SSG were one kickoff goal away from beating Moist to justify some crazy high like Daniel like prediction, but you're not gonna give me SSG can beat Moist in round 1.
Oh
after
no,
they've
no,
gone
no! I
through
could be
Swiss.
SSG. I thought I haven't argued SSG. I thought you were gonna say Fury could be.
Okay, I'll say Fury can beat them as well, just to trigger you because they can.
Listen, I'm just gonna brush down the side. It came in the right, went out the left.
Fury can beat Moist though. They could beat anyone. Fury could beat anyone.
I don't know. I couldn't believe in BDS after what happened in London. I didn't feel like it was secret, and not to discredit that it was secret and KCP playing exceptionally well that made those 3-0s. I think it was such a bad performance from BDS that it's really hard to believe that they're going to like up it hugely between the last land. But they definitely could. I could see them coming top 4. So.
The stream has been live for 2 hours.
Yeah, I did my predictions before. We've not been stuck that long. We're going slow. We're not going that slow.
It feels like it, doesn't it, chat? Eh?
We've taken 30 minutes for 4, like, well, I guess Honorable mentioned 5, so we're doing like 1 every 6 minutes. I guess we should go on. Let's go to 20.
We always talk more at the beginning.
Yeah. People just keep getting called out. It's not my fault. All right. Okay.
Surprised by the Arsenal 20.
Yeah, I'm as well, actually. I just, well, in hindsight, I probably have Tom above Arsenal, but I just think Space Station just always find a way to do well. I think Daddy Chrome's got him he finds the Mickey Mouse bracket, or they just pull out series where they just all pop off. So I think he's due for something good. I think Reddles at 20 is pretty good, considering
Thank you.
He wasn't on. No, I mean that's pretty high.
Pretty high for Rettles. Nah, I think Rettles did pretty well in London.
Yeah, but that's like one event.
I mean, I think he was okay, and I think the whole team were like he was like okay in LA. Then he did well in London, and I think he's going to continue the upward trajectory. I don't know. I think Rettles is pretty good. Yeah,
Rettles is always hard to rate, I think, because he's a real, well, to me, he's a real smart player rather than like a flashy or show off player or somebody who has like these big moments. He's just very good with his touches, which is, if you rate that, then he'll be in these lists, and I guess if you don't, then he
Did anyone watch the Rise video he uploaded to YouTube today of him, the comms videos from London? Because if you didn't watch it, you should definitely watch their series against SSG. It's so funny. They will not stop roasting Rettles, like the Moist guys. They just half of their comms is roasting Rettles. I don't understand why.
Yeah, like a lot of pros don't respect Rettles now for some reason.
Rettles will just do anything, and they're like, "Oh, look at Rettles." I don't know what's going on with that. Yeah,
I got Slater in mind because Slater, land environment, captain. Biggest land ever, experience, composure, ability to hold the team down, solid, consistent. That's why I got him in mind. I ain't got him in mind because he's got to pop off or anything like that. There's no way he's gonna bring, and that's gonna be valuable, especially those last couple of days. That's why I got him in mind.
Oh, I just realized we synced up, Yummy. Good job. Oh no, it's Daz. Sorry, Daz, and on the far right this time. Good, nice pick.
Wait,
there.
tbates has 2 Dignitas players.
Yeah, they're doing pretty well actually.
He's got them top 16 at least.
That's got to be a top 12 minimum. I'd reckon.
Yeah.
I was actually going to preface that at the start of the stream for my list. Right, I'm thinking if you've got 3 in your top, that's top 8 minimum.
Minimum.
And then if you got 2, that has to be top 12 minimum. And then if you got 1, they have to at least, I guess, win a series or 2 series if you got 1. That's kind of like where I'm at.
We have Justin, and you said they weren't going to win 2 series, right?
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I can't believe that everyone went off of me for having me.
Not everyone.
Not everyone.
The formula.
But
right.
Yeah, that's my formula.
Let's continue. Let's go to 19 and see what everybody's saying. There's a lot of red early on here.
Naps.
Yeah, that's very low for JNaps.
Oh, I just saw that. Okay.
Chicago was an honorable mention. And they pretty much go back and forth.
But are you going to put JNaps at the bottom of G2?
Yeah, but depending on the last major, it was JNaps and Chicago didn't perform. Both of them didn't. It was just Atomic. So
I don't know. I thought Chicago really did.
Chicago was not trying to call it right, but I think Chicago was like the worst.
I felt like he was a liability against Liquid.
Compared to, like, he was their best player in the regionals in Spring Split, and then he went to the worst in London. JNaps was JNaps.
Atomic was North America.
Yeah, why are people still asking about the colors? This is not very self-explanatory. I don't understand. Is it difficult to guess what this could mean? Am I doing this in a bad way?
Oh gosh, go back to the pink.
I wanted to see if orange was different enough because Australia is kind of a desert as well. So I was gonna try that, but it doesn't work.
Yeah.
By the way, Diz, where do you think Falcons go? Just on your number 20 pick.
I think
he's gonna have all 3 of them in there. He's gonna have all 3 of them in there. Cal is at 20.
Yeah.
They're pretty high.
If anyone doesn't have all 3 of them in there, then that's crazy.
Then it's crazy.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy to miss out any of them, any of Moist, any of Furia, maybe any of G2, if you think they're beginning.
I've never seen a team not win anything in 3s and get so right. I've never seen that.
I don't know about Fury.
They can barely win Sam Regionals. They can barely win all the time.
I don't know. I think didn't they win like 6 of them or something? I think that's quite a lot.
I think he's just saying that the last one was really, really close.
Exactly. And you got the other team, the other one.
The club.
Yeah. Plus, Fury kind of got a stacked group there going on. So I don't know.
And they lost to KC twice. Lost to KC twice. Nolly's got the number, I guess. I don't know.
But see, like versus KC, Kyle choked. They were like winning easily. He choked. I mean, this is something you say all the time, Bates. So I don't know why you have a problem with this, like highlighting like a choke like this. This is like quintessential Bates. Yeah, he absolutely choked. It was an easy save. I think they were up like 2-1 or 2-0. I can't remember. In the last game, they just won like 3 straight. They've got all the momentum. He had a free clear with like a minute left in the clock, and he accidentally like essentially own goaled instead of clearing the ball. He just completely choked, and then KC got back in the game for free and won it. But then I know you're just gonna be like, oh, cringe, Gamers 8, but in Gamers 8, Kyle was like super consistent and solid. Yeah, I'd say Gamers 8 for them probably meant more than a London major, because once they were at the stage they were at in London that they choked, they'd already done what they set out to do at that event, which was secure auto qualification for themselves.
To be fair, I think Kaio also choked against Optic really badly, but Yan also had the best performance of any player in a series, I felt like. So
yeah. But then Kaio and Card was
that's what makes me worried about Kaio in high pressure situations.
I don't know, Gamers 8 was pretty high pressure situation. Like that's a lot of money. I know you guys apparently think the money is not important at all, but I think that's quite a lot of money in Brazil. Let's just say that.
I think
that's a big deal.
That is a ton of money.
They clutch it up, and in Brazil, that's a lot of money. So they're just trying
to. It's a little bit of both for them, the money and to prove themselves to win the international land. I think both of those are just as important. I don't know. Again, for me in the money convo, we got player interviews all the time. Don't nobody talk about what they finna buy.
I'm just saying like that. Maybe they'll talk about it in interviews.
I think
they just talk about that.
Yeah, about to give me a test coming up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they just talk about that behind the scenes.
Nolly legitimately said that. Like Nolly legitimately would talk about him buying.
And what happened right after that? It wasn't looking good for him after that. Then he had to re-humble himself, refocus.
I mean, don't say never because it happened.
Yeah, they don't talk about that much on social or like online in interviews because it's not a good look, but that's definitely a consideration. I mean, like all I'm saying about the whole money thing is like Furia were under pressure at Gamers 8 because that is life-changing money, and they performed under pressure. And Kaio performed under pressure. Card performed. So like, I'm not questioning Yan if Kaio and Card.
You do say that, but I think Kaio crumbles a lot in defense and midfield under pressure, and just doesn't crumble in offense. Like he just feels comfortable in offense, even in high pressure situations. They didn't really
do that.
Like he won Game 7 overtime, and in that same game, he completely messed up the defense and got him scored on. Like just
wasn't
completely flubbed a save.
I thought that was Card in the last goal.
It was Kaio. I was specifically having a laugh about it because of the Optic series as well. I was like, he's coming back. No, Kaio.
Oh, you mean the very last goal Falcon scored?
Yeah, I think so.
I thought
it was in the last series, in the last game.
I thought that was Card in my head, but maybe it was Kaio. But I mean, that was like not the worst.
He clutched up at the end.
It wasn't the worst play in the world. He was like in a 1v2 and he jumped. Like you get it wrong sometimes. I wouldn't say it's egregious. But I think Furious
when combined with all the other mistakes that he's made in the midfield and defense under pressure.
Actually, RollDizz, your bracket, you had Furia winning. Why are you so silent? You got Furia winning the event.
Wait, bro, that was chat. Chat predicted the. Wait, no, we rolled the dice on like the
I saw you.
4.
I remember. I know.
You were watching.
I was watching.
What are you talking about?
Do you know what RollDizz is like? How can I there's no logical way that I can make FaZe win this. So let's make it a coin flip, because then at least FaZe have a chance. But FaZe lost the coin flip, so it didn't work. But you had to keep going, and Furia won. But you put them top 4 by yourself. That was you. I saw that. You borrowed them in the top 4.
Top 4. Yes, I did. I did indeed. I got him up there.
Let's pull up 18 then, and we'll see what happens there.
So much
Honestly, Io's a great player, and I think 18. If you want to talk, that's a great spot. I think Fury, I mean, what a team. One game is 8, one of the most prestigious lands, the most money anyone's ever won. And now they're just going to roll that momentum straight into Dallas tbates, aren't they? And they're just going to look so good. So Kai, you know, he might be the worst performing player on Fury at the major, but still good enough for top 18, baby.
The Torment pick. I'm surprised you got him so high, Johnny.
Me? No, Torment was, I think he might have been, I'm not trying to like take anything away from anyone, but he might, I think for me, he was defensive MVP for London. Vatira got it, and Vatira was sick as well, but I think Torment probably just beat him.
I think you have to put Khaled and Vatira above Torment in.
Torment's defense was MVP. Holding V1 in so many series. They were living on Torment
in
defense.
the Carmine Corp series, yeah. In the Carmine, so
the Falcon series as well. Falcon series, he was pre-jump and everything. Like they were dead in the water without Torment, and they were not taking Falcons to 7 without Torment defense.
How many goals Vatira was saving?
Oh my god!
I don't know how many.
No, it's close. It's close.
It's the greatest performance I've ever seen.
It's close. No, I think Vatira was overall MVP. Yeah, but he brought a lot more in offense and a lot more in midfield than Torment did. But Torment, I think, just
is midfield not including defense?
To be fair, like I include
a
lot of the stuff he did in midfield as part of his defense, like stopping.
Nah, you can't. I think that's like different though. You can't put that in.
We don't have the midfield MVP.
Yeah, but we should though. We should have a midfield MVP. There should be 3 MVPs. Defense, midfield, and offense.
How do you quantify midfield?
But I think there's 2 types of midfield. Like there's a midfield in terms of setting up plays, and there's a midfield in terms of like shutting down plays.
Okay, I've got a proposal then. How about for midfield MVP, it's the person who most consistently can take the possession away from the other team or keep possession for his team. That's like for me what midfield is. It's taking possession away and maintaining possession. But defense is like saves and interceptions. Like it's different.
Isn't taking possession away in an interception?
I mean, not necessarily, because you might be intercepting a pass, but you know you are just conceding possession to the third man. You know, it's not the same as like taking possession for your team. It's more like desperation, cut off that mid pass or something. That's
defense.
Yeah, that is defense. That's what I'm saying.
But tbates, clearly midfield defense isn't that important because the last guy that was really good at it got kicked off his team, and that was Mark by 8. So I don't think we need to worry about that.
R.I.P. Mark. Justice for Mark.
Mark laughing now.
Man. Vati was so great, bro. I understand Joyo won MVP. I'm not even mad at it, but Vati.
Well, Joyo won the hearts of the fans. So, you know, he did something no one else did. But yeah, I think Vatira was the most impactful player for sure.
Yep.
But he was impactful in all areas of the field. He was setting up. He was controlling the midfield.
I'm a big fan of Joyo personally. It's just every time I watched him, I saw him on the ball.
Let's talk about him.
I won't talk about it. I'll wait till later. Right, we got a list to get through.
Well, no one has him on his list above here. We may as well talk about him now. Yeah,
yeah, you're right.
Pull up the 1-7.
What's 17?
Did you say the 1-7? There's a sea of red here. Look, okay, a break of the red streak on Dazerin's list over here. It's come to an end.
In before there's like just 5 blue names on each person's list.
Yeah, what can I say about Furia Man Card? Just a fantastic player.
Talk about him.
Top 17. He is just truly phenomenal. Yeah, definitely better than Chicago. Nah, I'm just kidding. He's close.
You know what's funny about G2 is I feel like at the first prediction we did in fall, everyone like couldn't split Chicago and JNAPs, and now we're a whole year later at the Worlds, and I still cannot split Chicago and JNAPs.
True.
I just want to point out as well that I don't think there's that much of a difference between 17 and 25 on the list. It's like a couple of placements worse, potentially. For me, I've got like G2, top 8, top 4 kind of area. I think tbates probably has them top 4, top 2 area. So I think my honorable mention makes more sense based on Bates' list here.
Wait, who's your honorable mention again?
My honorable mention was Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah, I mean,
25.
after you throw out the useless rationale to try to make sense of your honorable mention, and of course it makes sense if you use that rationale. I mean, yeah, 'cause you could just say, hey, man, I think 12
Oh,
to
okay, so
25
I
are
should
all
just
the
be like
same.
you and use no rationale and just be random and put three of the top 4 as all BDS. Is that what I meant to do? Just use
I'd use the
use
storyline.
our heart and feelings and storylines.
He's just speaking from the heart, T-Bates.
Yeah.
Hey, man, I speak from a lot of rationale. BDS look great. It was rationale.
Wait, but you're so mad at me for using rationale.
Ay.
Okay,
All right, let's get it.
It's calmed down a little bit. We're on a good roll here. We're all kind of on the
Nothing too
similar
crazy.
page. Let's see.
Here
if,
we go.
Look at that. Another couple of guys. Look at us. We're all putting Chicago so
way
close.
too low for it. And I have a 16 monkey. Who is that? That's Yummy.
That's Yummy.
Yeah, it's way
Let's
too way too high,
Hey,
man.
why did you not bring up Jane Apps at 18 for a hole? But then you think,
I did. I brought up J-Dubs every single time. 'Cause I'm just like a
you got
disbeliever. I
a
keep
problem
thinking
with
his
my
name.
list?
Huh? Your list has been garbage from the start. I don't really need to talk about your list.
What do you mean? We've got like Abjack and Coleman in similar spots. We basically have the same list. Arsenal at 19. I got Arsenal at 20.
Wait, why
Yeah.
is Garrett G spelled wrong?
It's the same.
Did I spell Garrett G wrong? Let me
Probably.
check this.
I can't
Garrett's
check
missing a
myself. Maybe it'll miraculously be fixed. I can't change the to the other.
Yeah, that's not
screen.
me. I spelled them right. Don't come at me, Leftemir. I spelled them right. Check my
Yeah, I've got to call you out though, Yummy. Like, what is Monkey Moon doing all the way up at 16? Like, do you have BDS?
Yeah. Well, I just think that even if they go poorly here,
Have you got them like winning the whole event or something? Like, what is he doing up there?
Wait, Monkey's at 16.
This was more for me. Like, I have them in a similar position to you, doing really poorly because I just can't believe it after London. But a little bit more hopeful, I think.
Okay.
I think there's that chance that they do
Yummy.
really well, and
Yummy,
if it is, it's
Yummy,
off
let me come
Monkey
to you.
Moon.
Monkey Moon's been a top 5 player at 2 lands. He was
Yep.
he was number 1. I understand Mark won MVP in fall, but he was best player in fall. And then he was top 5 in winter.
Yep.
Even when game perfect sweat. And now he has one bad event, and he's automatically moves all the way down to 16.
How many times?
See, that's the
how many
advantage of
those
this
lines-
Worlds is that it's so soon after our last event that we really get like a good idea of like what current form is.
I feel like
The
we
current
shouldn't-
form. His
I
form's
feel like we
great.
shouldn't be criticizing Yumi that much. Like Johnny has him at 21. Like that's just.
Well, I've lost all faith with Johnny.
it's totally
Johnny's got him
fair.
at 21. He's got.
My
Torment
bracket,
in there
I've got
at 18
BDS.
now.
I've
The
got
thing
BDS
is-
losing to Falcons, losing to Moist, and I don't have either of those series being close. They're both like 4-1, I think. So I think they're gonna get smashed twice. Monkey Moon's not gonna look great.
Twice.
Yeah, they're gonna get smashed twice after scraping through a series
is-
versus the
oh
club.
my
They're gonna
God.
scrape a win versus the club, then they're gonna get smashed 2 times. Like, and Monkey Moon's gonna play
is
well
pretty
enough
funny.
versus the club to be 21. That's what I think.
This is the same
Hey,
team.
you
that
said
was
you were getting a
predicted-
lottery ticket before this, and that's kind of what you got to do with BDS. You either got to predict them doing really well, or
lottery
you got to predict them
ticket.
doing poorly. And I think even if they do poorly, Monkey Moon will still like play decently. So
lottery ticket.
that's why he's here.
They're one bounce away. They're one bounce away from beating G2 Winter Major. I think we all can agree on that. And if they get top, and if they automatically
This is
start
why you
upper
overrate
bracket,
G2.
if they automatically win that, and if they start upper bracket, you don't know what could have happened. They could have won the whole event right there.
That's right. You
They
don't know.
could've, yeah.
That's why you got to go with what you got.
Yeah.
That's why we stick. That's why we stick
What's
to
the
what we
funny,
know,
Bates?
Bates. Well, we stick to what we do know, which is that they didn't. But I mean, that was a different team. That was with Mark. Yeah, I think with Seiko, he looked more uncomfortable, and they're playing with Seiko. So
They won 2 regionals, dominate them.
yeah, but they weren't lands though.
Yeah.
And I think it's gonna be like it's gonna be worse
I
in
think-
America. It's gonna be worse.
I think it goes down to Seiko. If Seiko is on my list, I'm saying that BDS is doing really well. And obviously
True.
Seiko, just saying that is that Seiko's not on my list.
But-
If he was doing really well, I think then the entire team will do really well. But I think they crumbled a little bit off some nerves from Seiko at the last event.
Not only
And,
did he not play
that'll be
well,
what they have to have fixed.
not only did Mikey not play well in London, he basically joined Pioneers in that series. He was hitting infield passes with banana head. Like that was a 4-2. So that was concerning. It was a bit more than just having a bad major.
Oh my days. Well, after the season, who knows? Maybe there's a spot for him in OCE. Let's continue. Oh, another listen. We're really all on the same page on Chicago. Like
Mhm.
almost,
can't
apart from
me.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Apart from Yummy, we're-
Oh, is that based on first killer at 15?
That's right.
Woo!
That's crazy.
What's wrong with that?
Well, if you seriously think Justin at 24 and then you put first killer at 15, that is exactly the same thing.
Just my
That's
chance.
not the same thing. It's nowhere near equatable, actually.
That is exactly
Is
the
AJ on
same
your
thing.
list?
That's disgusting.
Don't answer that. Don't answer that.
He's got to be, but
So I don't think AJ's on the list.
oh no, because he was arguing Supergirl's better than
Yeah,
AJ.
yeah,
okay.
there's no way. Dang, that means
That's
Yeah.
crazy. I've never seen anybody lose so much face so quickly. That's crazy.
What?
Man,
I
I
have-
have
I have
faith in
a
BDS.
Daniel
more faith in a team
I
that
have
hasn't
faith
I have
been
a
in
in
the
Daniel.
league
Daniel.
for 2.5
Why am I getting
months.
slack? I got
Easily
Daniel at
went to
15.
game 5.
I got a Daniel at 15, but then I'm getting slacker.
Yeah.
FK at 15. It's
But
pretty
listen,
fair. What has FK
but
done in Atlanta?
you-
Daniel hasn't.
You have more faith in a team
What?
that hasn't been in a major in 2.5 months. Hasn't competed in 2.5 months.
Wait, Justin's
Then
gonna
you
be
doing
higher. Justin's gonna be higher.
That's
That's crazy.
crazy.
Oh
What is
my
first killer
days.
What?
What?
Now your list is actually just chalk.
Just chalk. It's chalk.
You threw your list in the garbage and burned it. Like
Bro,
it's just
bro,
chalk.
listen, bro, y'all get
You
all
have
upset.
NRG placing high.
Bro.
That's wild.
You know,
Oh, well,
first
I
off,
mean, I don't know if
whoever
that's
said
that
that
wild.
NRG plays in higher. I have 2 phase players on this list. What is phase again, CJ? By the metrics? Tell me by
Justin's
the
way higher than
Justin could be
Garrett's
14.
right.
You know
Garrett's
you're-
right below the best performing player on the day.
He's on this list, first off. And then second off,
Justin's 100% on your list.
Hey,
Like,
he's gotta
not on the
be.
list, then I-
If he's not on the
what is-
list,
First off, time out. Let's break down first killer because there's a lot of hype up for first killer. He's been crowned. He was crowned the golden child, LeBron James of Rocket League, and I haven't seen any of that yet. So let me break it down. In the fall, first killer played exceptional. That's the best Rocket League he's ever played. In the fall major, that's the best Rocket League ever played. He was top 5. I was like, my God.
It was
him and
LeBron
Landlou-
of fall.
him and Landlou, that was a different level. Winter, he played pretty solid. He was pretty great again. He was top 10-ish, top 15-ish in there. He was pretty dang good again. I'll give him that. Now, London, I don't think he played well at all. I don't think any of them really played well. I think they all played mid, and they kept sneaking by. They kept
You're gonna have
sneaking.
Monkey Moon ahead of him.
Why do you have Monkey Moon above
oh
you?
my
Monkey
days, he
Moon
has
on this
Monkey
list.
Moon and Justin ahead of first killer.
Monkey Moon won the major that first killer played the best he ever played at. So of course Monkey Moon's gonna be higher. Monkey Moon can win a regional, multiple. I guess the FK won multiple. But still, I think Monkey Moon won more.
You know, this is one of those moments
the
where
major matters.
you know when
The
somebody's
major
like,
matters.
the more they talk, the more they like bury
He's digging a
themselves.
hole.
This is
He's
happening.
digging a hole.
Keep going, Bates. Keep going. Tell us more so we
That
can
was
really.
not your best event. What do you think your best event was, FK? Because clearly, it can't be any other ones.
But didn't the
And-
FK do much better than
When?
BDS in this
Where?
last event?
Why is it just
In
why is
London.
time out? Why we had a whole season of RLCS, and this is what I'm getting tired of. We had a whole season of RLCS, and all y'all care about is London and Gamers 8 for some reason.
Because they were
How
this
is
month.
that possible?
They were this
They're the
month,
most
Bates.
recent.
They happen. They're the most recent event, but that doesn't negate the whole rest of the season.
Oh, of course not.
But like
But
Rocket League changes
so
too
much higher,
fast.
it makes no
December,
sense.
last year, December, irrelevant. Completely irrelevant compared to like this month.
That's not true. That's just based off of your opinion. It's just nonsense. You can't just say that something happened 6 months ago that it doesn't matter.
So like
So,
Atomic
LA?
being trash in the fall is relevant.
He wasn't trash.
He was total trash. Atomic was useless in the fall.
Oh,
On LAN as well.
wow.
LAN, let me remind you. Is that relevant?
Atomic has
I
never
don't
been
know about
trash.
that.
He was trash on LAN. Atomic was a bottom 10 player in the fall major.
Bottom 10? Nah.
Bottom 11 then. I'll give you bottom 11.
Hey, Throne brings up a good point. Didn't FaZe like come into the London, like had him prac for like 3.5 weeks, and then they
Yeah,
showed up.
AJ
like,
had to.
AJ had like
the night
five
before.
flights
they
or something.
streamed like one day, and then they played.
Mm.
Let's forget about that. Atomic is the best player we have ever seen, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and I'm putting him number 1. Let's go.
All I know is I'm the perfect predictor of first killer because the first two lands,
wait,
I was
wait,
like,
wait,
oh, he's
wait,
going to do
wait,
terrible,
what-
and he did
what's
really
that?
well. And then the last land, I put him as high as I ever have, and he did terribly. So I feel like first killer 15 too low, and I'm the expert here.
I don't know, Chrome. Based on some things I've been hearing, bro.
Wait,
got.
what
I
did Chrome
got.
say? I missed this.
I have Monkey Moon at 16 and 21. I got Justin at 24. I got Chicago not even on the list. I got Naps at 19. And people have the audacity to tell me FK at 15 is too low. Where would you put him?
No, above 15.
Okay,
Roll's
we'll
waking.
see.
Wait, RollDizz waking
Above
up.
Justin.
RollDizz waking up. RollDizz. Welcome back.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Is it over?
Yeah, it's over. It's over.
And if you rate Gamers 8 so hard, he got swept by Gil. Johnny, explain it. You rate Gamers 8 so much.
It's not over.
I don't even rate Gamers 8 like that. But you rate Gamers 8 so much, and he got swept.
Yeah,
by
guess
Gil.
what? Guess what? Like FaZe
By Gil.
coming into London, I had FaZe like maybe top 6, and then like London happened. I'm like, okay, let's like drop them down a little bit. Then Gamers 8 happened, and they
FK
finished.
has excuses in the chat.
But FaZe, they beat like F16.
Not my
They beat
problem.
SSG at Gamers 8. They didn't have a terrible Gamers 8. They got swept by Gil, but like CRR is just a different breed.
Oh, so now CRR's better than First Killer?
He might be. Actually.
I just
He might
can't
be.
believe you're talking about like recency bias being terrible and then putting First Killer 15. That's my problem.
CRR is just a goat. Like, let's be honest. So,
Like, surely First Killer is meant to be way better based on his entire season's performance.
I believe that
You
the
know
14
why?
players that I
Because
have
he's a
above him-
hater. That's why.
There's only
Because
one
he's a
player. Now I'm looking at my
hater.
list. There's only
Don't
one
get
player
this dude,
that I have
man.
above First Killer right now, based off the whole season. That I might that I would maybe shift, maybe. All the rest of them, solidified. Solidified. And you're gonna see tbates versus F Killer show match. I mean, obviously he's gonna beat me. Like what? What is that?
What is that?
what is the purpose? You want to see me get stomped 10-0 a game? Like, come on, congratulations.
Let's go 14. I think
let's continue.
14.
Nether
Let's see who he
RollDizz
has 14.
RollDizz
we're
is
really
back.
getting into it now. Okay.
I can't look at Bates.
Who's he got doing well at this event then?
I can't look at Bates.
He's got
NRG and BDS. NRG and BDS.
I hope you made this list with your heart, Bates.
Did we teleport back? Did we just get time travel back to fall? You gotta have
Was
an
Daniel
NRG
not
and a
better than
BDS.
First Killer in London?
I hope you made this list.
100%. I don't think that's 14.
Was Daniel?
No, we're just
not
wondering-
as good as
Bates,
First Killer
Bates.
in LA?
No, Daniel's too low as well. That's the point. It's like we're
That's
saying,
the
what?
point, yeah.
Daniel's
what?
too low?
Yes, because
Yeah,
what you're
100%.
putting Justin in here, you're putting Monkey Moon in here, probably maybe Seiko as well. Like, when are they going to appear? Like, they're so high. What is going on?
At what point was Daniel ever considered the best player in his region this year?
Why are we using like
What?
2019 historical facts?
Okay, bro, Bates stuck in 2019. bro.
His glory days when he was in CRL and really smashing
CRL days, the good
That was the best days of Rocket League.
If you play 6, like 10, 2022, people would have been saying BDS was going to roll through London. They would have rolled through the whole entire thing. Seiko top 5 EU, top 3 EU, BD, Monkey Moon
not that
top
anymore,
2.
Bates.
But then all of a sudden they
not
lose one
that.
event.
That's because
they lose one event.
Bates, it's
It
because
wasn't just a loss.
It's because we're
That
willing to
was the
change our
worst
mind.
loss of any favorite of all time.
It's because I'm
Hey,
willing
Max,
to
what
admit
about
when I'm
any
wrong.
team
I
of
thought
all time?
BDS were going to get top 4. I was wrong. They were trash, and I'm changing my mind on that team based on the
Not only are you
evidence.
changing your mind, you're completely switching your mind.
Yeah.
They went from being a top 4 team to they might as well not even be at the event anymore. Off of one event.
I've got them
No,
losing
they
losing
didn't
to
play
Moist.
good in
I've got them
LA.
losing to Moist and Falcons. Look at my bracket. I've got them losing to Moist and Falcons based on London. I think that's a pretty good prediction. So I don't think they're going to do that well.
I'm using London as a...
Daniel?
I'm using...
Because
I'm
it's
using
Garito Barito.
Wait, this guy.
Are you kidding me?
Wait, that one slipped.
Are
That
you
one
kidding
slipped
me?
by
You
once.
tried to
sneak by,
He tried to sneak it by.
Wait, but Dazerin, why do you have him so low? Is the real question.
Ain't nobody sneaking. See, I've been quiet. I've been saying that for a while. But y'all should have known Garito Barito should have wake up, JP.
Oh,
You
my
should have
day.
known that was happening. Oh my God. This shouldn't even be a question. I don't even know why this is a
Garrett G
surprise.
above Daniel here isn't a bad take.
I mean, you
No,
said you were
I
confusing
think
me
y'all
having Daniel at
underrating.
15, and you got Daniel at over First Killer.
I said it's not a bad take.
Terrible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Wait,
But
it's a bad
bro,
wait. Garrett over Daniel's not a bad take.
y'all are underrating the world
What?
championship.
They're not the world champions.
I just want to know.
And
I
it's
just
working
want to know
in-
how much Rocket League you guys have watched. Like, in like the last 3 months. Did he walk away? Yeah, let him walk away. He needs some more copium and he'll come back.
We're talking about intangibles, experience world championship pedigree. It's the first, like, if you act,
it doesn't matter. The reason that we're using London as such a good reference because it was 4 weeks ago. It was 4 weeks ago. That's a pretty good reference.
London barely had any stakes, bro.
You're acting like
London was out of all the majors that had
4 weeks ago, as opposed to
out of all the majors. CJ, tell me this. Out of all the majors, London had the least amount of stakes, bro.
You're acting like season 8 worlds, and we're like following on from season 8 worlds like a week later or something. Like wait,
pause. Wait, but pause for 1 second. You said Landon was the major with the least stakes. Less stakes than
like
a studio broadcast in the fall, and less stakes than
that was the first land back
winter
in 2 years.
Nah, Landon was the most important land of all time. What are you talking about? It was Landon. It was Landon
LA
too.
was the first land back.
Maybe
with
not
crowd.
for BDS or NRG.
maybe not for that because they weren't there. But nah, Landon was the most important one.
First killer spit facts in chat. He said, by this mindset, Kronovi should be top 10.
How was Landon the most important?
Because Landon is right before Worlds.
No, what?
That's why it's the most important one.
No. Landon Landon is the most synonymous to Gamers 8.
Don't do that, Carl.
No,
like,
Landon is the most iconic Rocket League location for the esport. It's
I don't
Landon.
think it's about location
it's the copper box.
that makes it matter. I think it's just the fact that people were playing for world spots.
Yeah, it was that, and they're also playing for world spots, and it's also the same like 1 month away from Worlds. Of course, it's the most important. So many teams are going to be at Worlds now, like lacking confidence because they were terrible in Landon, or vice versa. Teams who did well in Landon are probably going to feel pretty good about their Worlds chances.
Well, if that's so many teams are going to do that, so many teams might as well just quit the game. I mean, dang. You like what it takes to be a pro. If your confidence is that
confidence is not a switch. Like it's not something that pros can
it's not
turn
a
on.
switch.
You can't just get confidence by turning it on. You've got to
really
like play
think
well.
G2's phased from losing London?
100%. They got reverse swept twice. Of course they're phased.
I think they're phased in the moment.
You know what's going to happen next time that G2 win 2 games and lose 2 games? You know what they're going to think of when they got reverse swept in Landon? Of course they're going to be phased going into that game 5. But if they like won both those game 5s in Landon and then they're in that situation where they win 2 games, lose 2 games, they're going to think to themselves, no, this is fine. We win these. But that's not what they're going to think. They're going to think, oh no, it's happening
And then they're
again.
going to think they win those regardless because they're champions.
I don't think they got your mindset base. You know, not everybody has a base mindset. I remember we were at there, and I remember Moise got that first win. And somebody talked to J Naps, and Naps was like, "Oh no, I'm getting LA PTSD."
Naps is gonna say that he's a nice man, bro.
I mean, Naps is a nice man. He's a
also
nice guy.
very honest.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm totally okay with anybody believing in NRG. That's totally fine. But Dazerin, you're not believing in them enough. I feel like, as a true NRG man, 14 for Garrett G. Come on, have some conviction, mate.
He doesn't have Squishy and Justin up there yet.
No, Squishy's going to be higher. Squishy's higher.
If you got Squishy higher, then, no questions. That's fine.
No, Squishy not on the list.
Whoa.
Dang, that's some beef. That's some
The
beef.
land boy Squishy is not on the list.
Dang,
This is
NRG
not
fanboy
beef.
doesn't
Listen,
have Squishy
I've been watching it. I've been watching the Rocket League. I've been watching the streams. I've been talking to the peeps. I haven't seen Squishy. I don't talk to Squishy. I can't rate something I haven't seen.
This is beef,
Okay.
then. It is beef.
It's not beef.
It's actually beef.
They're not
Why would I
talking.
have beef with an NRG player?
They're not talking, so he's like, you're not on my list.
You don't talk.
I've never
you're off
talked
the
to
list.
Squishy.
He's
That's
off
the only
he's
player
off
in
he's
league
off
I've
the
never
top 24
spoken to.
list. He's off the Christmas card list. He's off all the lists.
The
'cause you don't
Christmas
talk.
card list.
You don't
Oh
get a
my
Christmas
Wait, so is this just a list on players you talk to?
Actually, it might be.
Don't listen.
If that was the case, Typical would be number like top 5, bro. Right, you know that. Come on.
Right.
No. Wait,
Typical wouldn't even be on the list. Well, actually,
Yes.
no. I talked to Sip.
You talked to Sip.
Yeah.
And Arsenal wouldn't be 22.
That's also true. I talked to them a lot.
Come on, bro. That's bait. Try to throw it out there.
Maybe it's just like
It's the
you've got to have
propaganda,
talk
man.
to
I
them.
gotta fight the propaganda.
Maybe you've got to have
man, I
talk
feel
to
you,
them.
bro.
They make the list if you talk to them, and then you rank them. He just makes a list of players he talks to and then ranks those players.
I have the players rate themselves. So where would you like to be put on this list? Arsenal, yeah, put me at the bottom, bro.
Guys, would you say that NRG is like a family?
Stop talking to me. CJ.
This is just how he makes all of his money, you know. He
He's
just
talking-
he makes the players
She's
pay.
the
The more the pay,
paycheck.
the higher
Feels
on the
like
list
you're
you are.
talking to a fellow brother, you know?
I've been watching Garrett in the lab working. Like, I seen it. I know it's coming.
13, man.
Yeah, let's move on, bro.
I just can't wait to Furia overrating by everybody.
Well, speaking of,
You didn't put Yen on your
underrating
list
Furia.
at all. None of this,
Wait,
teammate.
Seiko at 13.
Seiko.
Oh, Daz.
Seiko.
I actually fully agree with you, Daz.
Don't talk to me,
Everything you
CJ.
said
Don't
past
talk to
and
me.
future,
Seiko.
I want to talk to you. You hurt my feelings with this energy. Every time you talk about energy, you hurt my feelings, CJ.
BDS are actually having a really good event. They're like top 4, maybe. What is going on here?
Oh, he had extra as his
Honorable mention.
Yeah, extra honorable mention. Seiko 13, Monkey like high. That's a top
5.
4, maybe. Maybe.
Can we not look at Bates' list anymore?
What is going on here?
I'm just so confused. Man.
Are BDS beating Falcons on your
have
bracket?
been
Can
confused. making
BDS
this
not
list.
beat Falcons, Johnny?
Are you serious? They can't beat Pioneers.
They can't beat Secret, bro. They can't even take a game. How are they gonna beat Falcons?
What are you doing, man? What are you doing? You are confused.
I can't.
If you take T-Base's last 5 players as a list, that's like his top 5 from 4 major.
It actually is.
He's actually
Oh,
he's
my
gone back
days.
in time. That's crazy.
I can't, bro. That's wild.
Oh man.
That's wild. I can't. One event means so much, apparently. The one of the 3.
Sweden means more than London. It just doesn't. There's no.
It's the first land back. It had different stakes.
No, you can't say Sweden.
It was like a year ago now.
Bro, my man keeps bringing up times when I was in the league. Like,
How you think fall matters? When it was Seiko, wasn't he was playing for Endpoint,
And he was a top 3 player of that land.
and Monkey Moon is playing with Mark.
And Marky Moon was the best player of that land.
Yeah, no, he
And
doesn't. No, he doesn't play with Mark anymore.
We've seen him dominate online. It's just
No,
like
he
he
doesn't
had
have-
one bad event.
He doesn't have Mark by 8. He has eliminated before top 8.
Eliminate before top 8. You're really gonna what? Are you gonna hold his Seiko account, bro? Don't act like Endpoint is a legit top 8 team. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that, bro. The only reason they're relevant is because Seiko carried them that far, man. And Wade's really solid, and Metzville was in a little bit. But Seiko was carrying, especially in the fall. In the fall, when they gained all their points,
And
Seiko
Wave
carried
was
their
there too.
behinds. Like, what, bro? Like, don't hold that up against Seiko, man. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous you hold that against Seiko.
No, but we were just saying, what did he do in London, though? Like, London was 3 weeks ago, and he did nothing.
Okay, what did he do 5 weeks ago? He won a regional.
I think they were on a break,
And what did he do
actually.
8 weeks ago? He won a regional.
it's not on land.
Okay, it's not land.
He also lost the last regional.
He's shown that he can perform on LAN. He had a bad LAN event. And he's also shown that he can perform online. The whole reason Seiko joining BDS was so big was because, one, they got rid of Mark. Actually, no, that's 2. 1, because Seiko is a top 5 player in the EU. And 2, because they got rid of Mark and they've been playing so well. Off of one bad LAN performance, that does not mean that the man forgot how to play Rocket League.
I mean, one
See,
bad
like,
bad LAN performance is all it took for Mark to be off the roster. So Seiko should count himself lucky that he didn't get the same
They
treatment.
wanted Mark off the roster when they were winning the whole entire OCSX. That's just bad chemistry. They never wanted that dude, man. I was talking about that a year and a half ago. I got 2 dudes in the chat that can confirm that. You can see it on the cam. They never wanted Mark.
Yeah, I think they.
That's Monkey Moon and Mark beef.
It probably like ruined their winter split because they accidentally won the fall major. They're like, well, I guess we're just gonna stick then. I guess this is it. We're the A team.
Yeah. Mark was gonna be gone if they lost the fall. They didn't want Mark. Like what?
I mean,
There's
yeah,
no
I know.
way you can have one bad event and then all of a sudden it's like he forgot to play Rocket League. He's better than pure skill alone and resume alone. He's better than like 90% of his list. You can honestly have him in top 5 based off of skill. The reason I'm ranking him at 13 is because he had a bad land event.
Bates, we're doing a predicted performance list, not like a skill list. It's like how well do you think they're going to do.
And I'm predicting to be still at that level, about 13 to 10.
No, but that's what we're asking. Like, how good are BDS doing? We keep asking, where are they finishing? Who are they beating? Who are they losing to? Because they got to be doing pretty well.
Okay, could they lose to Falcons? They could. Could they beat Falcons? They could.
What's the percentages? Who's the favorite there? Who's winning most likely, Falcons or BDS?
The favorite?
Yeah, who's the heavy favorite there?
I don't think there's a heavy favorite.
Okay, who's the favorite then?
I think it's even, neck and neck.
It's even? You got BDS even with Falcons. So they're like the second best team in the world, basically.
If you, that's what I'm saying. I need 6'10", 2022. I need 6'10", 2022, bro. Because if you asked anybody in the world, 6'10", 2022, outside of you, Johnny, and me, I rate Falcons more than everybody else than outside of you and then the MENA people. And so if you go 6'10", 2022, the overwhelming majority of people would have told you that BDS would have slapped Falcons. It would have been like 4-2, 4-1, raps.
I don't know. I don't think people would have said that. I think people would have said we don't know because we haven't seen Falcons play at a LAN together. That was the biggest thing.
Okay, and that would have been copium, and that would have been, and then people would have taken that copium, and they would say, "Oh, since we haven't seen him play at LAN, man, BDS picked up Seiko. You saw what they could do at Hard. All of a sudden, that should be BDS 3W."
I know. I understand what you're saying. Like, so you think BDS Falcons is even, but what that means is that for the entire time that everybody thought the Falcons and Sandrock were trash, you rated them high, and now that you can actually rate them high and no one will question it, you're saying, nah, actually they're at BDS level. So you waited this whole time, and then when you can rate them high, you're like, nah.
That means they're top. They're one of the best teams in the world. They can win the whole event at their BDS level.
I mean, Falcons are number 2.
Your BDS level?
Yes, right now, because there's no way BDS are number 2 in the world right now. Falcons are. You can't say that BDS are number 2.
You can't even divvy up the teams like that in Rocket League.
I mean, if you polled everyone like who watches Rocket League, they're gonna have Falcons too.
I'm pulling a goal. That way the goal knows Rocket League.
Chat, if Falcons are the favorites in this series, put 1. If BDS are the favorites in this series, put 2.
And then somebody.
I think we know the answer here.
Please get a time machine and go back to 6'10" and poll there, and then come back and then let us know what they said then.
There's no way it's a 50. It's not a 50-50 series. It's not a 50-50 series. That's all we're saying. It's not 50-50.
Okay, man. Okay, we'll see come Worlds, man. We'll see come Worlds.
We had a 1.5 with one person with agreement.
Yeah, but nobody's saying it's not possible, Bates. That's why it's not
What's
100.
What's your percentage, Johnny? What's your percentage?
It's not 100 and 0.
What's
it's
your percentage?
Like 80-20. 80-20.
Oh my gosh.
It's like 80-20 for Falcons right now. If you're the bookies and you're wanting to not lose money, you're probably giving Falcons like 4-1.
80-20.
Or 1-4, sorry. Or else you're just going to lose money because they win that too much. You don't just lose all your money.
If you had to put your money on that game, Bates, who are you betting on? Are you betting on BDS?
Your own money.
Your own money. You're not, bro. It's taking you this long.
First off,
you're at least betting on the game.
You're gonna make an argument out of it.
I think it's too even. I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't put my money on there. Come out stupid.
If you had 3-1 odds.
I don't know who's gonna win.
Jace, we're not at London anymore. You don't got the BDS card, bro.
Oh yeah, you had the BDS card. Oh, it all makes sense.
Just playing the long game.
Right, wait. We can come back to this when he picks Monkey Bin. So hold on, let's see what 12 is. We're gonna come back. I just realized he's not picked Monkey Bin yet. Okay, speaking of Monkey Bin, a couple of monkeys.
Okay, yeah, I'm done. No, we're not looking.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yanks is 12, bro. Yanks
is 12.
This is a joke. This is a joke.
Is madness. That's
no
the
one.
worst
He's got no
pick yet.
Sam players, and then Yan 12. Not top 10.
Wise is a European player, Johnny.
Oh, sorry.
Red,
I've just got so used to putting red in your column.
I get it, bro. I get it.
So used to.
At least 30. Now, tbates, look, I think it's fun. Like these lists, right? Every time I do my first pick, I always get nervous. Everyone goes, "Oh, Justin," But every time, tbates, you just manage to take the cake and just, you just come up with picks that no one's expecting and just dominate the terrible takes. That is, what are you doing? That's your top 5 right there. I'll believe you if that's your top 4 for Worlds. Yan, Seiko, Daniel, First Killer. I'll get away with the Seiko because at least you got Dan and First Killer. But why do you have Yan at 12? What are you basing this on? Did you not watch London or Gamers 8?
First off, like I said, Gamers 8.
He didn't watch London.
I don't care about Gamers 8.
We've shown that.
Now, I really don't care about Gamers 8. Nobody's thinking about Gamers 8. Now, outside of 2 people. Now, London, the reason I have Yan so high at the moment is because he played so great in London. I don't think Yan's team is as good as y'all are saying. I think y'all are overrating them so much. They overrate that team so much, and it's way too much. They haven't really done anything on a 3 level to that extent to what warrants them to be in a moist category in 3s, a G2 category in 3s, a SSG category in 3s. They haven't done anything of that sort. anything of this. They get a top six, and then like they didn't even make and fall. They even make the bracket.
They beat G2. They beat G2. They beat G2 and fall.
I think if you ask people when they beat Optic because Yan 1v3.
Yeah, and now he doesn't have to because Kaio and Card are in form. He doesn't have to 1v3 anymore.
They're in form all of a sudden. No, because they played anybody else other than Optic in that match. They're not even. They don't make that run. Because no other team in that situation would have let 1v3 him.
Imagine 1v3ing an RLCS top 8 team just this month, and you're putting him 12 when he 1v3.
Act like Optics are RLCS top 8 team.
They were literally
like this is the thing is that they may
team.
not come top 4, top 2, and yet Yan would still be top 10.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
He's proven.
You didn't even. I guess for perspective, you have raised him up like a good 13, 14 slots minimum.
Still though, like this is disrespect.
This is based off a raw skill. You're
saying that Monkey Moon is sick because he was the best player in the fall. Well, Yan like beat G2 in the fall, so why aren't you giving him his props? For
we're gonna act like G2 with Drees the same as G2 with Atomic.
I mean, you're saying Monkey Moon with Mark is the same as Monkey Moon with Seiko, so yeah, you are saying that G2 with Drees is the same as G2 with Atomic. If you can't have one without the other.
What?
You said Monkey Moon
was the best player.
You're taking Monkey Moon's accolades with Mark and using them to boost Monkey Moon, but you're not taking G2's like accolades of Drees and ranking them lower because of it.
G2's accolades with Drees,
you can't have it both ways.
Not as good.
You can't have it both ways. You're trying to ignore G2 with Drees, but also not ignore Monkey Moon with Mark.
That's a different.
It's the exact same. They've changed one player. It's the same thing.
No. I'm rating Monkey Moon as Monkey Moon. I'm changing G2. Monkey Moon is Monkey Moon. Regardless of who's on his team, that's Monkey Moon.
So what about Chicago and JNaps then? Why is JNaps not lower? Because he was terrible with Drees in the fall split, but Monkey Moon
JNaps was never terrible. JNaps was never terrible.
He was pretty terrible in the fall compared to the rest of the season.
JNaps was never bad. JNaps was never bad, man.
It's the same thing. You can't just like take one team and they've with a different player and take like some evidence from that and then ignore evidence from another team.
This is such a terrible argument. You're comparing. I'm talking about an individual player.
It's your argument. It's your argument.
No,
I'm giving you your argument. It's your own argument.
My mouth. I'm rating a player. Monkey Moon. G2 is a whole component of a team. G2 with Drees is lower than G2 with Atomic. Monkey Moon with Mark by 8, Monkey Moon with Seiko, Monkey Moon with Extra, Monkey Moon with Chicago. No matter who's on Monkey Moon, Monkey Moon is Monkey Moon.
Bates, listen. Okay, when you were ranking Chicago, did you think about Chicago with Drees at all?
I think about Chicago with Drees.
Yeah, did you think, oh, hold on, actually with Drees, he was not that good.
Yes, I gotta rate Chicago with Drees.
No, you didn't. You didn't think about once with Drees. You'd not mentioned this once. You just keep mentioning it with like Monkey Moon. He was sick with Mark on LAN, and that's why you're ranking him high. But you're not like taking the same for other teams. You're just like nitpick. You're picking out one and
I'm rating the whole season. Monkey Moon was sick with Seiko online.
No,
Monkey Moon was sick no matter what.
Yeah,
besides one event. Besides no say on LAN, he won a LAN.
It was the only LAN that he's played with his current roster. The only LAN. The only evidence we've got. And it was recent. Like people say recency bias, but like you should look at recent stuff and weigh it more heavily.
And I'll see why. I now see why the Skip Bayless. I see the Skip Bayless. I see why LeBron doesn't like Skip Bayless. The overrating of one event, it's crazy.
What is Skip Bayless? Is that like a position? Is that like a move in baseball? Like what is that? I don't know what.
No,
what is that? Skip Bayless?
Guy who nitpicks. He uses one event of great players and he holds it against them for the rest of their lives. It's crazy. There's no way you're gonna devalue Monkey Moon's whole season over one event.
It's not about his.
I'm just telling you to be consistent. I'm just telling you to be consistent because you're doing it for them.
His performance.
You're doing it for that, but then you're not doing it for Yan. Like, why is Yan 12? That's crazy.
Because he played great.
Yan had a better season.
Yan's been consistently like one of the best players across the season.
Yeah. The Monkey Moon. Yan has had a better season than Monkey Moon for sure. Like he was better in winter. He was better in winter. He was better in spring. Worse in fall. So Yan is better than Monkey Moon, guaranteed. Yeah. 100%. 100%.
I don't agree, but I think Yan has been one of the top players.
I
think if you watch Sam as well.
Yan was better than Monkey and Whitner. Yan was better than Monkey and Whitner.
He's better than Monkey Moon, he will win a major, Johnny.
No, because he. How could you just say, oh, they didn't win, so therefore he sucks? Like, it's not like that. It's not that simple.
How do you rate somebody better than somebody when they can't win?
Outperformed Monkey Moon in 2 lands out of 3.
No, he didn't. His team did.
No,
Monkey
he did.
Moon was
He
better
did.
than him in fall and in winter.
His
easy.
team did, and individually. Yan was better than Monkey Moon in winter. It was close, but he was better though.
I think Yan. I mean, I think besides Vatira, Yan for me is the safest pick, like for at least like top 5 at Worlds. He just always performs. So
Yeah. Oh, by the way, for the record, I think Monkey Moon's like probably like
Sam.
top 5-6 in terms of like season as a whole, but Yan is higher. I think Yan he's so good right now, and his season is so unbelievable that you've got to put him high.
Are you rating the majors, Johnny?
Yeah, pretty much, because it's
If he only rates the majors, then Monkey Moon's still better than him.
Nah, because Yan is, I think, marginally better at winter. He was way clear in spring, like way clear of Monkey Moon in spring. They were close in winter, and then Monkey Moon was marginally better in the fall. But don't talk like Yan didn't have a good fall. He was still good in fall, even though his team was terrible.
Yeah.
Yan was still unbelievable in fall. The regionals doesn't matter. Of course, it's all about majors. It's lands. We've got lands now. Where are we
He's
looking at
been
regionals?
top 10 of every major and much better of the
I mean,
last
Yan's won like
major.
six regionals.
I think Monkey Moon's accomplishments, not just at LAN, but also in the regionals, puts him ahead.
I don't know if regionals matter anymore because like, there's no consistency between regionals and majors.
And also, I think Monkey Moon was the MVP of fall, if you consider like not mine.
Oh yeah, fall for sure. Yeah, he was. But I also have Yan like up there. He was definitely very, very good. Like Yan's not at a bad land. Monkey Moon has.
Yan should be top 10, in my opinion, and I think Rise should be top 10 as well. It's kind of.
Yeah, but you have fear you're making the run, bro. You think Yan's that great, man? Listen, if Yan was that great, I don't rate his 2 teammates. If I thought Yan was gonna have a top 5 performance and he could carry his team to the top 8, yeah, I would say he's 5. But I don't think it's gonna happen, man. He ain't that good. He's great, but he ain't like.
What do you mean he ain't that good? You can't tell me Yan is not that good. He's a top.
I'm saying he's not that. I don't think his teammates are good.
But you just said he ain't that great. Like, don't disrespect
Yan. I'm saying like he has to be God. I don't think his teammates are that great. So if and I don't think he's God.
Oh, got good news for you. Yan might be. He actually might be.
Actually God.
Got good news. He actually might be.
Listen,
let's
wait.
go 11. Let's go 11.
Yeah,
I'm gonna address this, Roll, because I heard you bring it up. I helped you. I heard you bring it up. See, I think
over him.
I think Rise is an impact player. Listen, don't worry about me. Worry about you right now.
I'm not worried about him.
It's not looking good for you. Okay? All right, but I think Rise is an impact player. I think having him smack in the middle of this is perfectly fine. It's only 2 off from top 10. It's not that bad. I think obviously I haven't put his other 2 teammates up there, and definitely when we get to there, you'll probably see why. But I don't see why it's disrespectful for Rise to be sitting at 12 specifically. When I'm starting Moist off.
It depends on the other Moist player. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see if there's any more. No more Moist yet. Oh, look at the Astrals though. Hello. Squad.
Oh, squad.
Look at us go.
Beast mode at 11.
Justin at 11.
Beast mode? Okay.
B mode at 11. Okay,
what
is going on?
I don't even know.
What is up with this?
If you have Vatira at 10, then I'm done. Because that's what it looks like you're about to do.
Johnny, I'm sorry, I would leave. I would genuinely leave. Like, I can't.
Beast mode not top 10.
I'm surprised Justin made RollDizz.
Justin above BMO.
Chat, everybody's saying leave baits alone. Listen, if you keep on like putting down the standout name in every single line, it might just sound like everybody's targeting one person. But Bates wrote this list himself, so it's
it's crazy because I don't know how many lists we've gone through where I would put names down and Bates would just come at me immediately. So like it's a matter of time before this happens to him.
Everybody gets one.
Nah.
What's happening with V1 Bates? What's happening with Beast Mode?
Well, no, Beast Mode's not a typo. Beast Mode would be 11. I'm looking at my list. I adjusted something. First skill is supposed to be 15 for sure. Oh, no. I don't know. I have first skill twice somehow. I don't know.
Wait, is first skill coming up again?
But no, he's supposed to be at 15. I switched him with somebody, but I didn't replace the name. I don't know.
Hold on.
Beast Mode at 11. Beast Mode at 11. Once again, really great player.
Beast.
But like the players above them, they're all proven. They're all winners. They're
Oh
winners.
wait, first killer is coming up again. What's going on? Let's just reveal it.
He just
Let's just reveal it.
He just died on a hill of first killer at 15, and he's gonna die on a hill again at first killer. Oh my!
What is going on, man? I think first
No,
killer. For the record, I think first killer 10 is a really good pick.
Yeah, right.
No, he's not supposed to be at 10.
No, double down. Say it's meant to be at 10. Just say it.
No, I'm not here to impress. I'm not here to impress anybody, bro. I rate things off of how I like.
Who's
winning,
supposed to,
how
who's
far
supposed to
you
be
bring-
10? I'll change it. Who's supposed to be 10 though?
Oh, that's
What's
what I'm
going
trying to figure out.
Yeah, who are we missing? We gotta help him out here. Who is Bates missing? We could just leave it as a placeholder.
Yeah,
But-
let's leave it there.
And as we
Maybe
go
that's
back-
Monkey Moon. Are you thinking Monkey Moon?
let's just
Are you
leave it as a placeholder. We'll figure out who it's supposed to be, like at some point. I'm sure that there will be an
Probably
obvious.
Vatira.
Yeah, there will be an obvious player omitted from the list.
If no, he wouldn't put Vatira there.
He would. You don't know him.
I am very surprised by Beast Mode 11. In fact, I would have assumed Beast Mode would be top 5 for Bates.
Yeah, it
I don't know
should
who's
say
supposed to be number 10.
second
Honestly,
killer.
I'm
It's not a
thinking
V1 believer.
move everybody up one. I don't know who's supposed to be number 10.
No, let's not jump the gun. We'll just let's
Yeah,
just
we'll
leave it
figure
there.
it
So there's no rush here. We can figure it out as we go. We can just leave it
Yeah.
there for now, unless
First killer's at 10. Okay.
yeah, a lot of first killers. So,
So much
moist.
freaking out. First killer at 10. I'm at 15, but y'all have him at 10. Like,
mean-
all that freak out, and he's at 10.
Nah, 10 is a lot better than 15 though. That's a big difference.
Top 10.
What?
As you get closer to the top of the list, it's like the bigger difference. The bottom of the
You're
list is
starting
close.
to see rosters fill out too, as well.
Yeah, CJ's completed out G2. Interesting.
Oh, the full G2 lineup.
Yeah.
Atomic at 10.
I wasn't that impressed with Atomic, with the Lantomic.
Oh,
at,
here we go. Here
at
we go
London.
again.
I thought you were gonna say at the
Wasn't that
fall.
impressed? He was clearly the best on the team. Not even a comp. Not even
I
close.
didn't see them enough because they were just gone before like the day 2. But anyway, that was only 4 weeks ago. You know, we'll see how they go. I think it's just a tough world. Like I have all 3 of them in there, so that's still they make it top 8.
That might be a top 4 actually. That's
definitely
a top 4.
It
Yeah.
could be. So
It could be a top
That's a
2.
top
I mean,
four.
I mean, still
It's
low.
probably not top
No,
two.
off of one event,
for me,
but it's okay.
For me, the highest is a 4, right? Like on my ratings list, I'd say, considering what I have to come. I think that they're like a 4.
That's respectable. I think that's a respectable G2 like average.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can figure out who Bates is missing here. Let's continue. Let's go on up. Oh, look at all the Mina players coming in. Love that. Another first killer,
Wow.
another atomic.
Okay. Wait, has everyone done first killer except me now? Oh no.
I
Mean
think
roll.
so. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Why is
we'll
Ahmed
deal-
so low? Did y'all? Okay. Okay.
Wait.
Yeah, I agree with Bates. Did you guys not think that Ahmad was one of the best, if not even sometimes the best player of
He was the
London?
best player on Falcons.
No,
Yeah.
TRK exists. What are you talking
In
about?
London?
Bro, that's propaganda.
in
bro.
London?
Ahmed was definitely better in London. It was. It's not even like y'all ain't watching the game. You know
So
You think I didn't watch?
wait.
You think I didn't watch
now
it
only
back?
London matters.
You think
Yeah,
I
okay.
didn't watch it back? TRK was better. Of course I watched it back, but I knew at the
They
time.
couldn't score without Ahmed doing. Like, Ahmed would have to 1v3 put the ball in multiple times by himself.
I don't know who was it that scored the equalizer in the last game of the first series in the grand final against Moist. Who was that? Who flip reset on Moist 1v2?
Yeah, good shot. Now, who was offensive MVP? Ahmed. You know why? Because he was doing it the whole from Wednesday to Sunday.
Should have been Yan though. To be fair, Ahmad was number 2.
How you get offensive MVP? Did Yan even make Sunday?
I mean, that's the crazy thing, right? Is he broke records without even making Sunday? Like he was MVP before Sunday even started and remained that way.
Oh, okay, so we just got to discredit Sunday and like Ahmed wasn't kept ball.
No, Ahmad was ridiculous as well. Like he was crazy offense, but I think Yan was offense MVP without even playing Sunday. Yeah.
I mean,
That's
you guys
just
are
like
going
a
off for
random-
this, but like 9, I've got Khaled at 17. I've clearly got TRK high. That's for me. That's a top 3. Like that's pretty high,
Mm-hmm.
a minimum top 3. So
Now, I do agree. I think Ahmad 9 is.
I was just asking, like, where it, like, why maybe you wouldn't put Ahmad above
I still
TRK.
think TRK is just well, it's.
I think like
London,
overall
it's
he's
how-
better. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think I'm predicting that TRK is going to be better at Worlds because I think he's a better player. Even if Ahmad was very good at London as well.
I thought TRK was better in the fall as well, but since the fall is so important as well. I think TRK was
Slightly better in the fall.
Nah, significantly. He was the best player in the pitch versus NRG when they were eliminated. Ahmad was invisible. Like, Ahmad was really good in the Swiss, but he didn't show up on playoffs. If he did, then it would have been a different story.
Have a look at this major region, Andy, on our far right-hand side of the screen over here.
What is this?
Look at this major
What is going on?
Relax. I don't. First of all, the fact that y'all have Fever and Banana Head in the list at all is like kind of crazy to me because I just feel like that's just
but Banana Head is like Banana Head was close. I had him like 26. Banana Head 22. I'm okay with that. Fine with that.
I had Banana Head, I think, 23 before London, and he performed at about a 23.
Yeah, that's fair.
I got him moving up one. Let's go.
I just feel like it's just like more teams and more talent, and like I said, that wild card, like it's just a bet I couldn't.
But the wild card's an advantage there. Remember, he's going to get so many chances to show himself. He'll get maybe a series win, get to top 12.
Like, well, listen,
then,
this isn't a major region Andy list.
It is now, but we'll see.
It looks bad right now, right?
It does.
And also, all Dazerin has done is taken all of his top teams, got 3 players from each one, and just chunked them all in. All 3 players except for Squishy because he hates Squishy. He's chunking them all in and going, you know what? I'm not going to put like a top player from a lower team in. It's just my top 8.
3 phase, 3 SSG, 3 G2. Like
3 Carmine,
2 NRG, 3 Carmine. It's just literally full rosters over here.
Yeah,
except
because it's a prediction list on players to perform. You know, I believe in the team, so I believe the individuals in the team.
But
I'll get that credit. What you think? One player? Actually, I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm gonna stop talking.
No, but a player doing incredibly well and getting you into a top 12 has got to count for something, right? Over any of these players. Like, just being on a team that places well.
I just want to see Dazerin's bracket, because it must be a bunch of 4-0s. Like, the teams are not featured at all. They better be getting 4-0'd every time.
Yeah, once it gets to 9, not top 12.
Every time they play V1, SSG, FaZe, like G2, any NA team, they better be getting smashed. Like, NRG, 4-0 against Pioneers. Like, it better be
I'm sure
there.
the world would love to see my bracket, okay? I'm sure a lot of people in the chat would love to see
I do. I want to see all the brackets. All right, let's see what's happening with 8. We can keep doing full lines at the moment. TRK at 8. tbates, you've completely outdone yourself today. This is honestly unbelievable.
I told you it was gonna get mixed up in there a little bit.
Look at Dazerin with the diversity as well.
There we go. Come on, guys.
Let's go.
Oh, he's done it. I think T-Bate's top 7 is just going to be like the season 1 bedrooms. Like he's going to have Marky in there.
I know who 10 is now.
Oh yeah, wait, who is it?
Is that Joyo?
Oh, okay. Hold on, I'll change that on the other screen because I don't want to reveal anything. I think I can do that. So number 10 is Joyo.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if this does it.
Wait, no, unless 7 was Joyo. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on.
There you go.
Yeah, no, 7's Joyo. 7's Joyo.
All right, so we got two Joyos now. Hold on. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
No, I'm looking at my list. I messaged James at the beginning of the stream. It said switch Rise and Joyo.
So wait, which one? Wait, no, Rise is there though.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I have Rise above Joyo, and I'm like, wait, that's not. So then I fixed it.
So.
Who are we missing though? This is still such a mystery. I'm so fascinated by this because we still don't know.
Chrome goes, Bates, delete your list.
So wait,
they submitted the wrong list.
Is Joyo definitely 7?
List.
Is Joyo definitely?
Joyo's definitely 7.
Okay, so we'll color him in.
Yeah.
We'll leave the fraudulent Joyo just like highlighted for now. We'll come back to him.
It's funny because if T-Bates didn't have...
Wait a second, bro! How is Astral top 10? No, wait a second, man. Wait a second, bro.
What's wrong with that? I don't have him top 10, but what's wrong with that?
everything.
What?
Everything. What is he? It's all London, bro. It's really all London. And I don't even think he's the best player on the team in London. I thought it was Noli. Like, that's actually, it's all London. Y'all aren't admitting it's literally all London.
Astro was the best. Astro was the best player by far.
What are you talking about?
Astro was a top 10 player in London.
Astro was the best.
Astro was insane in London.
Talking, man.
Astro,
I didn't want to
Astro
respond
was
until you said Noli, bro. Like, I didn't want to respond.
I swear I saw tbates in London. I swear I talked to him, but like, were you actually there?
He was there, bro. I watched a couple series with him, bro.
He lost a lot of marbles because he was watching G2 get reverse swept over and over again. The first time, like, the look on his face, it was devastation. The second time,
oh my goodness,
completely lost
it all makes sense. He's been to therapy. He's like trying to forget London, and you literally have forgotten London.
Carmen Corp has been irrelevant the whole entire damn season. The whole entire, and then they pick up Noli. They start playing well.
This isn't a list of like who's done well across the entire season.
Exactly.
Do well at LAN.
We're predicting on land, so you have to take.
Yeah,
London
he's got 1 for 1, baby. He's 100%.
If Astro's 8 on who at least one person has Noli. Who's that?
Yeah.
Yumi has Noli.
I've got Noli. I've got Noli.
Whoever's fourth on this list doesn't have Noli on this list. So how great do you think Astro is?
Really good, yeah. I think he's great.
In fact,
how can you be that great and you're that irrelevant for a whole year?
Tachi at 19?
Noli said Astro is the best mechanics in the world, actually.
Noli's a great teammate. I was a post-up with my teammate. Of course I'm going to say that.
No, but he didn't just say it to be nice, though. Like, he's dead serious.
He said that when he was on Guild?
No, he said that, like, at London.
Exactly, when he was on KC. He never said that when he was on Guild, though, did he?
No, but I asked him, like, privately. I was like, who's the most mechanical player? He said, oh, Astral.
He's going to say his teammate.
He didn't say that for impressions. He just, like, he thinks that.
He's going to say his teammate because he knows he's talking to you. So he knows maybe Johnny might use this. So let me make sure I know my
Nah, listen, I know when people are just talking nonsense. No, he meant it. He meant, I mean, he can clarify if he didn't mean it, but Astral's pretty mechanical.
Go ask Noli a year ago when he's on Guild who has the best mechanics. He ain't gonna say Astral. He ain't gonna say
how long was a year ago?
He's gonna say Devo.
He's not gonna say Devo, I'll tell you that. No.
A year ago, Astro was so hyped up that Johnny had him. Johnny had KC as like the third thing. Yeah, a year ago.
That's because actually, Astral has been and still is that good. He's still one of the best in the world. It's just a shame that they couldn't get their mental game figured out while Stake was in the roster, because they could have been good, but they just weren't. Some teams just don't mesh. They just have a problem that they can't fix. But yeah, Astral's been good the entire time. He's still insane.
Okay, exactly. He's been good the whole entire time, and that's what I said. A year ago, that's why I'm rating a year ago. As Nola, he wouldn't say that.
I mean, where was
Rise?
Sorry, go on.
Oh no, I was gonna say numbers wise in London, Astral did outperform his teammates. I just think that it's a little of a gamble to have that team so high because you've only seen them in London. But that's just me personally.
But they play wild card. They're definitely going through wild card. No way do they lose that.
I think it's just about what group they get in based on where they place.
Well, if they place high, I think they're good. I think they're going to be fine.
Yeah. I think CJ, why do you have Daniel at 7?
I was going to say, I think 11's a great spot for Astral. Boys, give me a little fist bump. Yeah, good stuff. Daniel at 7, I thought that was pretty good. I can't believe I have him the highest. Why would I not have Daniel at 7?
No, that's fair. You probably, like, you just got to have
reverse card. Yeah. He's a freak. I think he's only getting better. He's getting better every single LAN he plays. He went from like the shaky nerves, and he's slowly progressing. This is his time to peak. I didn't rate him too highly in London.
But he's in the wild card.
Wild card is going to be huge for him.
He's in the wild card. Have you seen his farm lately? Looks really good. I think he's going to be. He might just destroy
Reddle said
wild
he's got
card.
120 hours. So
yeah, no, it looks like he's got. He looks unbelievable right now. I think he might destroy wild card. There's a world where that happens.
Yeah. There is.
I feel for me, I'd have liked to have put him higher, but I think for SSG, I rate them way more as a team than their individual players. So they're actually like kind of low based on where I predict them to go.
I'm just curious. For me, the reason I had them so low is because I'm really I wouldn't bet on it because of how they've performed in the high stakes pressure. So for me, it's okay. I wouldn't expect this team to go far because when they've been in high pressure events, they start to fall apart and crack a little bit. So that was the only thing. I just felt like I couldn't rely on it.
I think like the more that SSG are playing though, like as a team, like on land, they're getting. I just think they're getting.
I feel
it's just
like,
gonna be experience.
look at everybody's Daniel.
Oh, no,
Everybody's
I
got
like
Daniel between 7 and 15. And I feel like that's acceptable. That's like an acceptable range, depending on how you've got SSG doing at the event. That's fine. And how much Daniel like carries. I feel like that's all. Everybody's okay on Daniel. Like there's a range, you know, like of what's acceptable, and some of us in the stream have missed that range consistently. So let's have it.
Let's pull up 6. Let's have a look.
Yeah, let's see what's happening on 6. We can maybe do the 5s one at a time, or top 3s one at a time, but this is a full row.
He naps. 6.
I was thinking maybe the Joyo is a J-Naps, but that is
Ooh.
not.
Yeah, we're
True.
still a mystery of who Joyo really is.
There's still so much red, by the way. I think all of us are, well, a lot of us are in agreement that, like, NA has
I know.
more teams.
Yeah, I when I did my predictions, I got Dig and Semper like not making it out of Swiss, so that's already like a lot of teams that I just can't put in here.
Wait, Yumi. You copying me?
Yeah, no, you're copying me, man.
Whoa,
Let's go.
what
I
is
think we have the same
this?
synergy, the last 3 picks.
Oh, well, you've done a really bad job of it too, because you put an extra M in there, mate. Come on.
Beast
Oh my
mode.
goodness. Nah, wait, hold on. I need to check. Hold on.
Beast
Nah,
mode.
that's not it.
Beast mode.
Beast mode. Nah, I got 1 M in mind.
All right. We'll
that's on mine,
we'll get
not
it
yours.
edited. Hold on a second.
First killer at 6. I mean, tbates is that. Call me crazy. 6.
I don't think it's bad. If you think he's gonna play that well, yeah. Like there's a. I don't like. I'm rating like what you've done and what I can like predict you doing. FK, like if they get top 8, this could be like a team thing. I think Sip's gonna play well. Like AJ, I got him probably in like the 26 range. Obviously now on that list, 26, 27. Like I think FaZe are gonna play well. They're gonna have 3 of the top 33 people at this event.
Okay.
If FK was as great as y'all say he was, he would win the events.
I've got him.
He's got the team.
I've got him like minimum top 8.
Yeah, they're in the good group. They're in the group of life.
Yeah, they had a chance.
They're in the NRG section. That's a hype match. RollDizz,
I'm gonna
how
be
does FaZe
interested.
NRG go if we get FaZe NRG?
FaZe wins.
Wait, no, NRG win. What? Why'd you say that?
Anyone who's not on NRG's payroll, would anyone like to?
Anybody who hasn't watched that matchup every time over the course of the season
That's true.
When
knows
else
the
you
answer to that. Knows the answer to that automatically.
I know it
2.5
happened in
months.
Sweden.
You said what? Which row?
2.5 months.
Okay,
2.5
and how many times they win?
2.5
Just
months.
over the course of the last year, just how many times they win?
Bro, y'all
'Cause it's
act
the
like they
same
didn't stop
roster.
playing the game, man. Y'all act like they just don't play no more.
It's really crazy. It's 2.5 months and they're still gonna lose because
Justice
they
probably
still
played the
haven't figured
game
out how to beat
more in those
NRG.
2.5 months than he has in the past year. I'm be honest. I haven't seen Justin ever stream this much since like 2018, bro. I understand he
so
beat a
happy.
why people sad and all that, but the man's on the game. That man has not been playing a game like that in a long time.
but
NRG
That's
last
right, y'all-
time.
It
y'all
is
won
a good point.
Last time.
They did beat
last
them.
time. But how many other times have they lost? Like,
Bro,
you
y'all
think they-
always
You're pulling
think
a
back
T-Bates
of, like,
on us.
the beginning of the year.
Do we
Like,
gotta
as if
talk
it's
about
like
not the beginning of the year. We can talk about the last split, Raul. We can talk about that too. when they
FaZe
had the
beat them last
14-minute
time.
OT.
NRG hasn't played in 2.5 months, and NRG has been flopping out of every
And
single.
It's
FaZe
just
have
really
played
hard
the
for them to verse
entire
each other when
season.
FaZe are going
FaZe
to
have
the
played
top
the
and
entire
NRG are getting
season,
knocked out
and
early.
NRG out of both those teams, the only one who made a grand final at a major.
They fell off. They
what did
are
FaZe do?
falling off.
FaZe
They
have
are
not gone
grasping onto rocks.
They have not.
They
gone
are
up.
on the cliff hanging
You
on
are,
right
you
now.
are, your other
They are
greatest
hanging
fan
on for dear
is
life.
Asfura. What are you talking about? Like, FaZe fans, I just don't understand the delusion here.
My
This is going from
delusion. Are you
fandom
serious?
to he's being legit. I thought it was like they're your boys, and now it's like now you're convinced. You've convinced yourself.
Man, no, I'm finna keep going. Reveal
Oh.
5, bro. Reveal 5, bro.
Nah, bro. Yeah, like I can't. I need to see a world tab. I need to see a world tab so we can come back. So we can come back
For
to
real,
this.
for real.
Uh-huh.
Because at this point,
Let's come back to this.
Oh
At this
yes,
point,
I
I'm
think
just
we
mindful.
will. Let's go.
Come on, bro. Like, that's just,
We
that's
did.
just
We
so
had Rise
crazy.
of Joyo swapped this. I was like, have we swapped them? Have we swapped them?
That's crazy. The,
So,
the
yeah.
synergy.
That is the copy your homework, but just make a
Whoa.
few
Wait, we actually did have Rise of Joyo
Yeah.
Switch. Wait, that's actually insane.
Justin is a 5, Dad.
Justin- Top five.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like, how am I
Absolutely.
delusional? Like,
I don't know what kind of Rocket League people have like been watching. Like, I know some
changes.
people
You've been watching NRG.
Justin was universally
You
recognized.
clearly ain't been watching the 6-man streams. You clearly only watch.
Justin was universally recognized as the top 5 player in this league up until regional.
you understand people fall off.
Ooh.
Do you understand teams fall off?
I remember.
Turbo's a 4-time, bro. Why did Turbo
Are you
should
really
be first
comparing
on your
Turbo
list,
to
bro?
Justin right now? Don't do that.
Turbo
Don't do
won a
that.
championship 3 years ago, bro. He should be first
Are
on
we
your
really
list.
comparing Turbo to Justin?
He should be. He's the one time no one's ever done it. He should be
Are we
first.
comparing Turbo to Justin in terms of raw
He should be
skill?
first. He should be first. He won 4.
You're comparing Turbo to Justin.
He's won 4, bro. He's won 4.
Wait.
Bates
Bates doesn't have Justin yet. Maybe Justin's
Yeah.
the mystery number 10.
I'm not getting excited
Yeah,
yet.
maybe.
No, he's higher. Bates is hiding a smile.
I
He's
just
higher.
remember.
He's higher.
No,
What?
he's number 10. Oh, is your number 10 Khaled, or do you have Khaled higher than Ahmed at 2? Okay. Or do you not have
Oh
Khaled?
yeah, it's got to be Khaled.
Oh, number 10 is Khaled. That
Yeah,
makes
it's Khaled.
sense. Yeah, it's Khaled. There's no way Khaled is higher, but Justin could be higher based on the
Justin's
reactions
definitely
today.
No, but I just remember Bates after winter going back and he's like, "Oh, I have to put Justin in 15. There's no way you could do a top 15 of the land and not put Justin in."
Yeah, you
and now
did
all of a
say that.
sudden, like, even though he didn't make the last land and he was just, according to Bates, 15th in winter, he's all of a sudden back to being a top 5 player.
Like these guys don't even have to prove anything.
He's found
like,
his
they
own
automatically
What are you talking about?
automatically get top 15 or top 5. Like it's
Yeah.
Don't prove anything. They
it's
played
been
so well the whole year.
long, bro.
They played so well the whole year that they still managed to sneak away the third
Wait.
spot in NA,
They
and they were so
Wait.
irrelevant the last split.
Wait,
They were
wait,
so
wait.
irrelevant the last split, and they still got the third spot. I'm so confused.
That's actually crazy. Yeah, they didn't play. They didn't play well. But next thing you know, they have all these points for them to get to like automatically
Played
main
well.
event.
Like
whole
if
year.
like they played so mid up to their standards, and they still almost if FaZe didn't
So,
win that one
hold on,
series, they
hold on,
still
hold
would have
on.
been the second
Wait.
seed in A.
Wait, pause. Where's Archie then? Where's Metza? Where's Relating Wave? They got 3rd in EU.
Because of Seiko. Seiko's on this list.
So it's just
Seiko-
Seiko.
Those- Are we gonna act like Seiko was on a whole nother level that fall split when they got the majority of their points?
But like, you got Seiko at 13. You got Justin top 4. Garrett's on here as well. Like, there's clearly you're for sure favoring NRG's 3rd over Endpoint's 3rd.
Favorite NRG's third over Endpoint's third.
Yeah, Endpoint still got 3rd even without Seiko. They lost Seiko and they still got 3rd.
Because they had so many points from Seiko.
Yeah, but why isn't Seiko higher then, based on your logic? Because Seiko should be like 1. Because he got Endpoint so many points, so they're still top 3 even when he left.
You're right. I have Seiko lower than he should be because of his London performance. I take that into account.
A land which
I just
NRG
said-
didn't even make. They didn't even qualify.
No, but they
Correct.
did so well in the fall and the winter, Johnny. It doesn't even matter to these guys.
That's
bro.
it's crazy because it's like we're
Doesn't
playing a
matter.
whole season. I didn't
It's
know
a
we were
whole
playing
season. You can't just discredit
like
online.
Rocket League.
I'm just saying, like,
season.
if Justin is way up there because
Whoa.
of the whole season, Seiko should be 1 because he got Endpoint top 3, and even though he left them to be terrible in the third
This isn't
split.
about the best player in the world. This is about projections.
Yeah, and if I project, if
This
I'm
is
believing what I'm
projecting.
hearing from NRG, and I'm believing that in the spring, one of the reasons why they did bad was because they tried to do a whole new playstyle where they didn't even need to. Because on their old playstyle, they were dominating everything. They tried to adapt to something that they didn't even need to adapt to, and now they see it that they've had everything figured out. I mean, they've had plenty of time to figure out what's went wrong, what they need
But
to
the
do.
problem is, like, they used
Meanwhile-
to be the most mechanical team in NA, and now they're like not even close to the most mechanical team in NA,
They're
so they got
not
problems.
even close.
They used to use a
I'm not
playstyle,
arguing whether or not they're the most mechanical team in NA.
but their playstyle used to revolve around beating people to the ball and like making good touches. They didn't
You
demo.
mean tell me Justin can't still do that?
No, he can't beat people to the ball
Wow.
anymore. He can't beat Beast Mode to the ball. He can't beat First Killer to the ball. He can't beat
What?
Atomic to the ball. He can't beat Daniel to the ball. They're all faster than him. Like every team's got a
What?
faster. All the NA teams have a faster player than Justin. Which one of those players? Which one of those players do you have a problem with?
Quantify that.
Which one
It
of
is
those
nearly
players?
impossible to quantify that. All of them are some of the fastest players in the game.
But which one of those players is
That's
not
like
faster than
somebody.
Dustin?
That's like somebody
Well,
who
Gordon,
runs
mine
a
lists all of
Ford.
them, so.
That's like somebody who runs a Ford 340 and somebody who runs a Ford 440. They're the same damn speed, basically. Like
No, but
what?
that's
like,
my point, though. Justin and Energy, their whole playstyle involved like them being faster, more mechanical than every team in NA, and they would play clean Rocket League, beating people to the ball, passing the ball.
They were kept net.
They'd never demoed. They would never do any other strategies. All they would do is clean beat people to the ball and win mechanically. And now they can't do that anymore.
Than some other NRG, I guess, haters, because all I kept hearing was NRG sitting there and sing Kumbaya the whole time.
I'm not. That's not. Yeah,
No, in fairness, though.
Between you and Johnny
never
Boy,
went for the
NRG's
ball.
play.
No, you're right though. They would wait.
And they counter.
They would never challenge. They would wait for a moment where they can beat somebody to the ball. They would wait for an opportune moment, beat someone to the ball, make a key pass or long shot or something, or like mechanical play and
That's literally
score.
how V1 plays. Calm just goes for more demos.
Yeah,
That's the only
the difference is
No,
Calm has
Beast mode
demos.
is ahead of Justin right now.
Calm has demos.
facts.
Torment has deep
It is
defense.
facts.
Torment defense better than anyone in NRG. Beast mode is definitely clear as Justin right now. Definitely.
Calm is a better demoer than anybody on NRG.
That's the main
It's
difference.
facts.
That's the main difference.
Who's a better disruptor?
Torment can handle a 3v1 pressure, and
Justin
NRG has to
can
see
handle
all three in
3v1
net.
pressure?
No.
That's not true. Justin,
Torment better defense than anyone in NRG. Calm is a better disruptor.
Don't
Beast
believe
mode's a
that.
better scorer, better player.
Beast
Like
mode's a better
V1 are just a
player,
better.
scorer, like what?
They just do NRG, but they're more diverse and they're better at it. Like the NRG's playstyle, it revolved around being better at the game, and now they're not better at the game, so it doesn't work.
I don't know.
They didn't move with the time. So everybody else is like demoing. They're like they don't even turn off ball cam when they're driving through the opponent's box. They just drive through.
The last time
Go
we
for
saw
the boost.
V1 NRG, V1 won by one game. The way y'all talking about V1, that should have been 4-0 easy.
Oh my god.
And that should have been 4-0 easy. The way y'all talk about it.
Wait, with V1 who?
V1 NRG.
I would put that around about 4-1. Yeah, 4-2.
Okay, but the
4-1
last time we
and
saw it, it was a 4-3.
It was a 4-3.
Yeah, but nah, I think V1 have improved. Like Torment.
NRG just stagnated this whole time?
Well, I mean, we've seen them lose
No,
repeatedly.
they haven't
So yeah.
stagnated. They've magically gotten worse. They've magically gotten worse.
Well, no, since they played, I saw NRG lose to Complexity. Their spring splits over, and I saw V1 step it up at London and put on another good LAN performance. So yeah, I'll definitely rate V1 higher based on another good LAN performance, consistently
You
good
can
on
rate
LAN.
V1 higher, yeah, sure. But the way y'all talking about it, it's like V1 just got to clear. It's clear. It's not a higher, it's clear. It's another one, you're 80-20s.
For sure,
You're
no,
90-10s.
80-20. It's like 70-30 for V1.
That's still ridiculous. That's still ridiculous. Because the last time
not
we seen the
ridiculous.
two teams play, they barely won.
Online.
Oh.
You can't judge them on land.
I swear I've heard you say a win's a win so many times in your life baits. Like
Yeah.
it's a win anyway. So
Has V1 won?
What?
Yeah.
they're
Wait, what?
consistently.
Why does this keep getting
Yes.
brought up, bro? Why?
Right.
I'm saying V1 won like a major, and neither of them have won a major. So if you haven't won a major to win anything, like it goes to regionals and whatnot.
V1's actually making majors.
I mean,
and
V1's
they're
consistently
performing highly
getting top
at 'em.
6. They're getting
Yeah.
consistently top
God,
6.
They won major.
We're not
Playstyle
saying
change.
that
Holy
we're not saying they're gonna win. We're saying they're gonna make top 6 again. Like they're gonna get 8th or something.
Okay, NRG can make top 6 again.
That's very possible.
Doubtful. Like, it's possible, but
I
doubtful.
disagree.
Okay, yeah, that's where we disagree. We have a fundamental disagreement. That's just, I just don't.
All right,
I'm not
so-
about that recency bias nonsense.
Do you think Bates put Justin and Monkey Moon and Atomic over
Yes.
Vatira? If this number 4 is Vatira,
Vatira has to be-
oh
Can
my
I just
goodness.
clarify with
Please.
chat? 'Cause I think a few people are tuning in and not really realizing what's going on. If this isn't us just saying this player is better than that player, this is us predicting who are going to be the top 24 players at World. So that'll obviously be based on how their team's performing and how they're going to play. We're not saying that like Com is a better player than Abjack for tbates. I'm just looking at a random list. We're saying that like this person is going to perform better than another
At
player.
Worlds, yeah.
Not that they're a better player in general. Everyone watching, because I know a few people just tuned in.
Mhm.
So we're predicting who's going to perform the best.
Thank you, CJ. Right, we'll do one more line as a full line, and then we'll reveal 3s individually. So let's see what the 4s are. Oh, okay, thank goodness it's not Vatira. Wait, it's not Vatira.
Vatira's like DJ's
But no,
with-
that's consistent for him. That's consistent. That's consistent. You can't.
Well, he has to put Joya.
Yes,
while
yeah,
he's-
yeah. That's fine. That's fine.
He's never
That's
changed. He's
fine.
never switched.
That's fine. I just know it's Justin Atomic Monkey Moon like in the top 4 for baits. I was like, you can't put them ahead of a tier. But okay, Joyo. Okay, fair enough.
I've got a Joyo in there, so I had to sort of split them because like I feel like I'd get more. Although Vitir at 4, I was like, what the hell? He's the best player in the world. I feel like I get more heat having 2 moist people in the top 3. So I was happy with that.
What has Yan done to deserve being top 3?
I know he's like so much better than that.
He's
Like,
really
what's he doing?
good.
What's he doing at 4? 4 is so
Monkey Moon's at
disrespectful. I can't believe that. Unreal.
I don't know. I feel like the person who is the biggest G2 fan, you know, G2 in winter, you can very much argue that it was 1 goal against BDS in overtime that made all the difference between them winning and maybe going out a lot earlier in the lower bracket. And it's been the same with Furia. They've gone to game 7 in both of the winter and against Queso.
And they haven't won either of them, Yummy.
Cool. Yeah, that's fair. But like the difference between 1 goal for them is the difference between
the difference between they've lost both times
in
and
their
they won.
results, and that means that Yan is good enough to get them the wins.
If this was G2, if G2 were playing that series against Carmine Corp, the second series where they're on the brink of a reverse sweep, and it's G2 playing, and then Chicago like whiffs an easy save, and it goes in their net, and they lose. Like you would definitely be like, nah, but Atomic doesn't deserve any any blame for that. He's 1v3. Like Yan literally was 1v3 the whole LAN, and then Kaio just messed up a completely free save, and they lost the series to KC that they should have won. And if they win that, I think they've got a good shot against Moist in the next round as well, better than Carmine did. But yeah, so you're not a Yan stan, so you're just gonna say nah, they're just consistently bad when they're that close. They're that close, and it wasn't Yan's fault. Kaio just missed.
Wasn't Yan's fault.
Yan was the best offense. He broke the record for goals per game at an RLCS LAN. And every single goal was like a crazy flip reset play.
So he peaked.
No, he does it every LAN. He's freestyling.
Yeah.
He's freestyling in RLCS every single time he plays.
If he peaked, then in Gamers 8, he double peaked.
Yeah.
Which is like a great sign to see that his form is so good.
For him, it's just normal. Other players...
Already player who is already in the top 10 player in the world.
If anything, this is just building more
peak is
confidence for
crazy.
him going into this, and he's going to repeat because he's that confident going in.
I mean, if for other players, they dream of peaking at like Yan's normal level. Like his normal level is other players like peak that they dream of. The majority of players in this list right now have never peaked at Yan's like just average rainy Monday. Like he's ridiculous. He does it every time he plays. Yeah, the majority of players on the screen right now have never played as well.
Monkey Moon's been better.
It's gonna take a while to like go
Johnny
through the majority of
disagrees with
players.
that.
I had a really good full split online.
He did.
Monkey Moon's
Except in the
been
third
better than
event.
Yan's peak. I thought Ahmed was better than Yan. J-Nas has been better than Yan's peak. Joyo.
No, I'm a massive Falcons fan. I think Yan definitely like peaked higher than Ahmad.
No. I mean, yeah, but you're rated. You're saying TRK is better than Ahmed at the LAN, so of course you're gonna say that.
But he was though. Like TRK was literally better. Ask Ahmad. If you ask Ahmad who was better, TRK or you, he'll say TRK. If you ask TRK,
And what's TRK gonna say?
If you say TRK,
TRK,
he'll say me. He knows he was the best. Like he'll definitely say it was him. He knows he's the best on that team, and both his teammates do as well.
I don't know. Just
What
ego,
will
bro.
Khaled say?
TRK will say him. He's confident. Khaled will say TRK for sure. Like I've talked to Khaled recently, whose English is incredible, by the way. He's so shy. I wish he would like not be though, because he's got perfect English. Like he can literally do English interviews, but he's just shy. But yeah, that's a different story. He said TRK is best player in the world, so yeah, he definitely thinks TRK is better than him.
I'm getting kicked out of this place in 13 minutes, so I don't know if we want to do like all at once, or we want.
Yeah, we should just do all at once, I guess.
Yeah, let's do all at once. It's fine. Yeah, no problem. Let's continue. Okay, some Yans. Love that.
Well, right
Some
where he's meant to
TRKs.
be, I would say. Johnny?
I would agree. I think it's very obvious that that's where he should be.
We got the Justin and first killers.
Justin,
NRG are winning.
number 3. NRG are going so well at this World Championship.
Except Squishy. Squishy's their hard anchor. They're going to have to try and carry him super hard.
It's so lucky that they've got all that experience to make up for the fact that they're not that good at Rocket League anymore. Otherwise, they would just...
Oh my god!
It's kind of crazy that Justin's going to be so good to carry a bad team so hard that he's that much better than Yan. Crazy.
That's amazing.
What'd you say, Yummy?
The Justin, I mean, Furia and NRG, surely you have to compare them as, even if you're going to give some copium over to NRG, as at least equal teams. And yet Justin here is going to carry that much harder than Yan will at this LAN.
At least equal teams.
Yeah, I can't believe Squishy's getting disrespected like this. Like, even the two people who are rating...
I have Garrett G on my list.
But they're rating NRG so high, and Squishy, who outperformed Garrett in the Fall Major, is just getting completely left in the dark.
You see, Johnny, remember, the list is about range. Remember? We talked about this. Rosters and range, where you put the other players versus that.
Like, Squishy's not on the list is what he's saying.
Right, which means NRG has a lot of range.
He prefers
a lot of range.
Wait, what? They got a lot of range. They can do really well.
But based on what though? Like, he was better than Garrett on the first line of the season, which apparently is a really big deal. I wouldn't say so, but I've been led to believe that Fall Major is a pretty big deal, and Squishy was definitely better than Garrett, but he's not non-existent. What happened to Squishy, man? Like, I mean, I don't have him on my list, but I don't have any of NRG on my list, so I feel like that's consistent. But if you've got NRG, if you've got Justin at 3, you've got to have Squishy in here somewhere. There's no way that Squishy's invisible if Justin's at 3.
It's a projection. I still think Justin's with that dude, bro.
So he's gonna carry Squishy so
He's
hard.
not carrying Squishy. Squishy's gonna be a top 35 player in this land.
Top 35 isn't even top half.
He's gonna be a top 35 player in this
top
land.
half. Top half, bro?
That's not even top half. There's not that many
There's
players.
like
Top 30 top
24
top 30
times 3. That's 72.
Oh my goodness, he made it. Okay, he made the cut. It's top half by 1. Thank goodness.
That's really impressive, bro.
So it's not impressive at all. It's average. It's not impressive. It's bang on
if your
average.
third best player is above average, then you're good.
Hey, let's not start calling like 35 above average in a list of 72. Like, that's average. Average is like
World
the middle.
Championship, this is the best of the game.
Don't we have like 24 teams?
We have 24 teams here.
I'm just saying, like, Squishy's got, if Justin's at 3, Squishy should be on the list somewhere.
No. This is propaganda, and I'm not selling for it. Yes, it is, because it's a lot of talent over the course of all these players. You can't. This was a hard list to make. Okay,
Yeah, a lot of North American talent by the looks of things. Yeah, a lot of NA talent. A lot of North American talent.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just surprised. Like, for the person who put like 3 players of every team, like, you've got 3 Moist, 3 KC, 3 V1, 3 SSG, 3 FaZe, but no Squishy from NRG.
3 Falcons.
3 G2, 3 Falcons.
Wow,
no Squishy.
Squishy would probably be. Well, he ain't gonna be a 25 because I got Senzo in the honorable mention. He'll be a 26. Okay.
Squishy's 26.
Like, you didn't think about him before this moment. You just put him
I definitely thought about him.
No, he's been talked about.
I definitely
thought about not putting him on the list.
And you definitely weren't thinking. You put first killer at number 3, but I'm not talking to you about that because I don't understand.
I don't even want to talk about your list. We're not talking about your list, bro. Justin's at top 5 after not playing for 3 months. Yanks is 7. Like,
you'd be lucky if you even placed 3rd.
Rise 12. Garrett G above Daniel. Like,
Astral at 8. Joyo at 10.
Astral 8's fine.
I think that's fine.
RollDizz solid today, actually. I think
yes, Jada's at 18.
Y'all must have drank the same juice before y'all got this stream.
It's fine.
I think I'm
not willing to argue with Diz because I feel like his list was the best somehow.
It's also like very close to Yummy, so Yummy's probably like biased here. But no, I mean,
true. No.
RollDizz has had some. Listen,
the problem is it's a prediction stream, and we're rating a whole year. We're rating on what NRG has done, the players that they have, and they're just throwing out the window, all based on London. All based on London.
Yeah, because we're
I think it's fine to think that NRG are going to do really well, but like the arguments you're making for, say, Justin are the same that you should be making for Yan.
I would have Yan higher if I rate his teammates higher. Yan's not going to make it to Saturday, Sunday, so he's not going to be in the top 10.
But to make it to Saturday, all you need to do is like be 9th, 12th. Like you're telling me Yan is getting 0-2'd. He's just gonna lose 2 straight series and go home.
He could. That's very much a possibility.
To do that, they need to lose to the number 8 team in Swiss, the team who scraped through Swiss. Furia need to lose to that team if they're gonna go 0-2. How is that happening? How is anyone saying that they're going to lose to the number 8 team in Swiss? Yeah,
no, I don't see them going 0-2. I see probably at the worst they would go 1-2.
They play is in this Adam Court thing.
At the worst,
they play the number 1 team.
They play the number 1 team.
Yeah, and then who loses to Moist, the number 8 team, and that's who Furia plays in the lower bracket. They'd have to lose to the number 8 team to go 0-2 and not make Saturday.
They can't lose to Pioneers.
No, they can't lose to Pioneers. Like they don't. They can't.
But what if Renegades go 8?
You're laughing. You think Pioneers could beat Furia? Are you crazy?
Anybody think Pioneers could beat BDS?
Nah, stop it, bro.
Nobody knew BDS were that bad. That's what the crazy part is. Pioneers dragged BDS down to their level.
It's the world championship, bro. Pioneers could beat Furia.
No,
that's like a 75-25.
Oh.
I'll finally go up against you, but that could happen. And if Furia does end up winning that, then they go up against Falcons or somebody like that. They're not winning that.
No, it's not Falcons. Falcons are going 2-0. They just play BDS and win that as well. It's fine.
They're going to play BDS then.
They're not losing to BDS. Come on, Furia don't lose to BDS today.
Like I said, you're in a team.
Listen, if the only way Furia lose to the number 8 team in Swiss is if like Renegades get number 8 in Swiss. That's the only way that Furia's losing to number 8 in Swiss.
Yeah, y'all also saying that Furia couldn't lose to KC.
Nobody said that. Who said that?
A lot of people said that.
No, I think I called that like the second closest match in round 1 after Liquid Falcons.
I mean, that's not saying much because all those matches
I had it 3-2. Yeah, it was close.
Yeah, all those matches appeared lopsided. So
I mean, I'm just saying nobody said that Furia couldn't lose to Carmine Corp. That's
so it's KC. True. So it's like KC that much better than Pioneers like that?
Yeah.
Whoa. No.
Is that crazy? Am I crazy right now? Of course KC are better than Pioneers.
I said like that though. I didn't say they're obviously they're better, but like that better?
Yeah. As in like KC can beat Furia. Pioneers should never beat Furia. They should not beat Furia.
Never beat Furia. Okay, but they can't beat them though.
Well, I mean, anyone could beat anyone technically, but they should absolutely not beat Furia. Pioneers are not good enough to beat Furia.
Okay. Let me run my 1 and 2. Let me run my 1 and 2 just in case.
Just in case, yeah, smart.
All right, so let me set the scene for you, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, everyone knows I'm a Joyo fan. And this is what I'm picturing right now. Obviously, my top 2, they're Yan and Joyo, but we don't really know which order, obviously. And I think that there's just what I'm picturing right now is the grand finals is going to be Furia versus Boys Town. We're just going to see these 2 guys, Yan and Joyo, in an absolute mechanical demon 1v1 face off. It's going to be incredible gameplay. There's going to be double flip resets, triple flip resets, everything possible. That's why Joe's going number 2 over Vatira, because his freestyle mechanical a bit. It's just going to be a show. It's going to be like Cloud9. It's going to be like watching Cloud9 in season 6. Cloud9 in season 6 going up against Dig. Like, just mechanical. It was like a freestyle show. But we're going to see that from both sides this time because Dignitas didn't know how to actually hit the ball. So we're going to put Yan up at number 1 because I think Furia, I predicted them at the start of the season. I have to predict Furia to win, so I'm predicting Yan to be the number 1 player, MVP. I think the confidence they got from Gamers 8, I don't care if you think it was a shit LAN, that Yan on LAN, Yan there at Gamers 8, he was oozing confidence after that win. They just have this aura about them now, Furia. I don't care if you think that they're not a good, they haven't won anything in threes. I think they're ready. They've been building for this. I think Gamers 8 was a platform, and now they're going to win the whole thing, but it's going to be an incredible grand final series with Joyo as well up there. Obviously, Vatira is always going to be top 4, top 5, top 3.
This team's going to the grand final. This team,
he's going to win the whole thing. And
let's go.
Teammates, we're going to review. We're going to do after the show. We're going to watch
as the machine.
You will have that tail between your legs and put me out of because that is so.
Nah, he did call this at the beginning of the season. He did say Furia was
winning. He said Furia's going to be the number 1 seed.
He definitely would.
That's not what the criteria was.
Give it to him. Give it to CJ. He would back Furia to win for sure. Like that. Yeah, I give him that.
I think out of all those bold predictions listed at the start of the season, I mean, we had Vitality top 3. And
We all
I mean,
had Vitality.
Where are they right now, so.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm happy. I'm sticking with Furia, and I'm so happy they've progressed beautifully over the season. I think we can all agree, maybe not tbates, but now they're ready to go as a threes. They're ready to prove themselves on a 3 stage,
Well,
even though I think they've
So you've gone Furia over Moist Grand Final, and that's why the 2 up here.
Furia over most, and then 3rd at Falcons, as you see in order, and then we've got 4th, 5th, 6th. We got like your V1, SSG, and FaZe.
All right, I want to follow just because I kind of did a similar thing where I've got my number 1 team having the number 1 player is TRK, of course. He's the best player in the world, and he's going to be the best player in Texas as well. And Vatira is right there with him. He's going to be like the same kind of idea as CJ, but more of like instead of like flip resets in the air, like Yan versus Joyo, it's just going to be the unstoppable force meets the immovable object. They're just going to 50-50 the ball and it's going to explode. We've never seen this before in Rocket League. They're going to need to like restart the game because the ball's going to explode for no reason. Not because of a goal, but because they 50-50'd it too hard. Like these guys, they clashed in London. Moise had the grand finals experience. Falcons didn't. I think this time around it's going to go the other way. I've got to give it to Falcons. 4-3.
Love it.
Shit, you might as well reveal mine next then, Johnny. Because
I don't even know who.
Whoa!
I
Oh
gotta
my!
go on the
If he had Squishy at 1,
Squishy at 1 would have been class.
would have been crazy.
The long game. The long
that would have been
game.
good. I should have thought about that. Listen, we're getting wet. We're getting wet here. Okay, like this is again. We talked about the range. We started rising in the middle, but of course. I mean, I already had Joyo as my top 5 right now. At number 1, I had Joyo at number 1. Then I had Vatira 5. I listened to tbates a little bit because he was like, "Why is Vatira 5? Should be higher." I'm like, you know what? He should be higher. I got him at 2 now. 2 and 1. Him and Joyo coming together. Moist. They've been doing so well so far. They continue to get better. They're on top right now. I think they're going to stay on top, and I think I'd say they're my team to win the whole thing.
Clearly,
Look at that.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
They better be winning. if your prediction has anyone but Moist winning, then it's fraudulent predictions. Like Joy won.
Also, no Monkey Moon on Daz's list.
Oh, Monkey Moon at all. So yeah, people
Don't need
beef
to.
with
Let's
me.
get wet, baby.
Whoever
Let's
beef
get
with me
wet.
for 21 Monkey Moon, like Daz is your man. You got to beef for Daz, not me.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right, who wants to go next?
I can
Dizz,
follow. I
you
don't-
go.
It don't
Yeah,
matter,
I don't
bro.
care.
It don't matter to me, bro.
RollDizz?
Yeah. Simple.
Oh.
Vatira, in my opinion, best player of the major, last major. I think he's just hungry to be the best player in the world, and I think TRK is right there with them. But I mean, I think they're just so close. They do everything all around the field. They're so solid.
I agree. So you got Moist winning? No, you got Furia winning. You flipped a coin.
Yeah, I flipped the coin. Furia wins. I'm with Johnny. Furia wins.
You could even have FaZe winning with his list, right?
No, it's got to be Moist winning.
Right.
Joyo,
Yeah, Moist.
Joyo's 10, Rise 5. Yeah, Moist are winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moist.
All right.
All right. Do you mind if you
Go on,
want?
Yumi.
I think mine's sort
Whoa.
of predictable, but I predicted Moist to win the last one. I predicted Moist to win the last one, so I was like, no way can I do it again. It's turning around. We've got Falcons. Number 2, they're making it, and hopefully Furia do really well. Actually, I have Furia versus Falcons in the 3rd, 4th place match potentially. I want to see that match because I was hoping that would be the grand final once London was underway. But I put Ahmad number 1 because he played so well at the last LAN, even though, after Gamers 8, I rated TRK top 3 player in the world next to, alongside Yan and Vatira.
So Ahmad's going to pop.
Not bad. Not
He's
bad.
going to pop.
I
All right.
respect it. That's a bold take.
All right, Bates.
Not a bold take.
So you got Vatira, Atomic. I think we all know the order, but like, does that mean that Khaled was number 10 this whole time? Is Khaled the
I
missing
think
mystery
so,
player?
surely.
Must be.
Is it really?
Mhm.
All right. So the 1 and 2 are. Whoa!
Whoa.
You've absolutely lost the plot. This is not tbates. I knew it was someone else this whole time because I was like, this list is not. He's not usually this bad at this. This is not him. Who is this? Who made this list for you? Did somebody like challenge?
Atomic number
did you
2?
get paid off? Did somebody pay you to pretend that this list was yours?
I'm confused. What's wrong? What's wrong with the 1 and 2?
You didn't put Atomic number 1, so I'm confused.
Last time I didn't have Atomic at 1, he won.
The placebo. He's placebo.
No way.
Last time I didn't have him at 1, he won. Like, what were you talking about? Of course he would be at 2. I put him at 1 last time, and they got a first swept twice.
He's placebo.
I understand that logic. As an NRG fan, I understand that logic.
I mean, what else do you expect from me?
You're manifesting. I don't believe it.
Oh my god.
I gotta put him. I learned from my mistakes. I had Ahmed at 1 in the winter. He didn't show up. And then I put Atomic at 1 in the spring. They got reverse swept twice. So now Moist, I'm giving you the curse.
Wow.
I'm playing. The
Right,
curse ain't
chat.
that strong.
You guys wrap the show. Getting kicked out. Much love.
All right,
Everyone
bye,
vote for me.
CJ.
I've
Thanks
got
for
the best
coming.
list. Everyone knows I have the best list. Please vote for me. I started slow, but I finished strong, baby. Come on, vote for me. That's what we love.
Bye, CJ.
Nice day.
The
Toodaloo.
On the real though, Vatira has the more consistent play style. So that's why he's number 1. I also think, like, I thought Atomic's LA was really dang phenomenal, even though y'all keep saying Rise and all that. Like, Rise played really good, but Atomic was just better. And then in London, I thought Vatira, that's the best Rocket League I've seen in a minute. From one player. Overall, that was impeccable. It's what y'all say about what TRK. It's what y'all say TRK does, but I don't see it. But I saw it from Vatira. I saw it from Vatira. So that's why he's that high. So I think he could do that again.
I respect the Vatira, but this is TRK slander, and I won't stand for that.
There's no TRK slander, man.
TRK slander.
Great player, plays great every single time. The way y'all talk about him, no, he should be walking in, grabbing the championship, walking out. He's got a great team.
They were pretty close.
He's got a great team.
They were one game away. They were game 7 in the first series. Like, I don't know how close you
one game close. So nobody remembers second. I ain't gonna be thinking 3 years down the line. Falcons.
I'll remember second, and that's why I'm gonna keep trashing on you, and I'm gonna keep dominating all the trivia because I do remember second.
You know all that, man. You know all the trivia, and I remember who wins, champions. Who's holding up the rings? That's what I remember. I don't remember no second place. I don't care about no second place. That's just, I don't know. That's just like, I don't know. It's all about winning to me. All about winning to me. And I think that it's major. And that's what I'm saying. Like, this list is so difficult. Because people act like it's so clear who number 1 player in the world is, number 2 player in the world is, number 3 player in the world is. When it's really not. It's a lot of, all these players are really the same like that. Like, you go do 1 through 15, and depending on who you're talking to, they'll switch the whole entire list. At least for mine. Now, for some of y'all, not so much.
Usually, any of the majors, I think the list that you've made would be impossible. Like, this can't happen. But I think this one, it actually is possible because they start quarterfinals on this Sunday. So it's quarterfinals all the way through to grand final this Sunday. So literally any team that makes top 8 can win for the first time ever. No one's saying like Optic are making or contender for making top 8 in London. No one's saying that like I can't remember, EG, who made top 8 in LA, is a contender. But literally any team making top 8 this time is a contender because it's all on the last day. So it's the most like ridiculous line.
I think always pre lists should be like what are going to be very different or should be. But I tend to find like when we make post lists and when we made a post list in winter, we had very, very close opinions because you can actually see what's going on. And so I think coming off the major and saying, and Gamers 8 and saying that Yan, TRK, Vatira being the best of the world at the moment is like 100% true and fair, and most people would agree.
Yeah, I think that's fair. But for me, I think that also like the way Rocket League is right now and the way like this World Championship, how important it is, I think we're all in a very beneficial position that anything could happen. Like actually anything could happen because we had a really hard, like we all said, we all had a hard time making these lists because of the possibilities. You never know who's going to come in here and pop off, and you also never know who's going to come in here and fall off. It's like what we've been seeing over the course of the season, where teams that were good just couldn't show up.
I love it.
And with so many teams, like coming from wild card into a double elim, into a single elim, like you don't even know who the matchups are. Like when I did predictions, I constantly like had teams doing worse than I expected or better than I expected because of random matchups they get in it, because there's so many stages, which makes it even more volatile as a competition and more important to do really well.
I like it though. Like the entire
really well.
season, I feel like the regionals are qualifiers. They should be like consistent, safe formats that are good at finding out who the best teams are consistently. And then majors, it's kind of in the middle. You know, they're kind of half qualifier, half like, you know, cutthroat events. But Worlds going like full like single elim, quarterfinals all the way to grand final in one day. I love that because it's like full cutthroat. Like you better show up on this day if you want to win. Because we know who the best teams are throughout the entire year by now. We don't need like a really safe format. I'm such a massive fan of the single elim grand final instead of like a best of set or something. It just just get it done. Just get all like eight teams on the last day. That's so sick. 8 different teams are going to show up on the final day. They're all going to walk out, and some of them are going to get like cheered at by the fans, and other ones are going to get.
I know. And when Justin somehow finishes top 4, the Bab, I can't wait to dab your baby.
Oh, I'm about to be
Bab,
Funny thing is, I think it's possible. But,
Bab, when it happens, man. Ooh.
Hey, like
I rue today. I rue today for the other 3 people, or was it other 4 people in there? I really rue today.
But Bates, you're top 4.
The amount of slander that y'all have thrown at that team, the amount of slander y'all have thrown, as the amount of overhype of First Killer, acting like he just 1v3 and everybody, and that ain't true. And the amount of overhype of Yan, like he got him on the boys.
Stop. Like, how are you talking bad about and that's just crazy to me.
Act like he's
First Killer, I can understand. First Killer's got a lot of fans, and he's from a major region, and he's like, you know, supposed to be the best in the world, and he's not the best. Like, he's held the best in the world standard. But Yan's coming out of South America. Literally, when I put him in a top 25 list like a year and a half ago, you were like, who's that? Like, now you look at him. Like, come on. How are you hating on Yan? First, I get it. He's popular, but
hating on him.
Yan is.
I'm not hating on him. I'm not calling him as great as you think he is.
But
that's the point. Though. It's crazy. Like, I don't know how you could put him 12th. Like his team could like lose 0-2 and he'd still be top 10. Yan's insane.
Got Yan above Monkey Moon, bro. That's all I gotta say, man.
No, about that.
That's all I got.
Of course I do, because I think Yan's making top 4 and Monkey Moon is not making the
Monkey
top
Moon
8.
won. Yan hasn't won anything.
Yeah, but this is predicted rankings though. I think Yan is making top 4. Monkey Moon is getting 9th, so I think he's gonna look a whole lot better.
Bro,
Your top 4 on your bracket base better be Moist, Falcons in no particular order. Moist, Falcons,
G2,
NRG, G2. If it's not literally those 4 teams and then BDS like having a strong 4-3 elimination in the quarterfinals, then your bracket's fraudulent. Because looking at your list here, it has to be that. In fact, actually, BDS are supposed to be above NRG. BDS should be top 4.
Yeah.
Looking at where Monkey Moon and Seiko are, they should be top 4. NRG strong 4-3 loss to BDS in the quarters.
And so the bracket shakes up that way.
Yeah, well, I'm taking the law of averages.
I think
I know
it's
you don't
possible,
like this.
but
I know you don't like the law of averages, but you got Moist and Falcon super high on average, and then you've got G2 very high as well. Then Energy and BDS next. That's like your 4 or 5.
And so that means all 5 of those teams just named are the favorites.
They should be top 5. They better be your top 5 in your bracket.
I think it's believable to have NRG do really well. I think that's fair if you want to be a believer.
Whole crowd gonna be NRG side, man. That's gonna be a noise chamber.
But if they make crowd.
Oh, no.
I mean, they're gonna play in a crowd. It might not be a big crowd. They're gonna play in front of a crowd.
The only team that's gonna be, because you be talking about the NA crowd, the only team that's gonna benefit from the NA crowd nonsense will be the General, and SSG will be following after that. But it'll be the General by a landslide. You want to talk about people ain't gonna cheer when other people play?
I don't know. I feel
people
like
are not unless it's another NA team playing or is Voice Critical gonna be there.
But like the first
NRG's playing, it's gonna be crickets.
But the first match NRG play is in front of the smaller crowd in the pavilion. That's gonna be like more hardcore Rocket League fans. I don't think the hardcore Rocket League crowd is as big on NRG as like the casual Rocket League fans who are gonna make up the majority of the audience on the final 3 days. So with the first NRG match, I don't think they're gonna be that favored.
Yeah, that's why I'm there.
It'll be similar to like Space Station.
That's why they have me there.
They're gonna win.
I'll make up for that.
And when they win that one, it's wraps.
But they're playing like.
Cause now they got 13,000 people on their side.
They're playing Swiss like number 3. They're gonna lose probably.
Swiss number 3.
Yeah, whoever finishes
it's not
third in
lose
Swiss.
probably. That could be a SSG.
That's probably. I think they'd be energy. I think SSG
That's
V1.
like a 50-50.
Carmine Corp.
That's a 50-50.
It's not a 50-50 though. SSG are definitely better than NRG right now.
Oh, act like NRG been losing the bombs this whole split. You know, act like NRG.
I mean, they actually have though. They've been losing.
That was the first regional. That was the
First regional new play style be like that.
It happens. Sometimes great teams lose.
I don't know.
Man.
You can't beat Complexity number 7 for your spring split life. Then I don't know.
Complexity is a really good team. That shows NA depth.
They're
Most people
they're just
try to
not-
discredit NA.
They're not even optic, like a level of points.
Ooh.
So they couldn't even beat a team who can't beat optic.
Yeah, Optic are an NRG level of points.
Yeah, but that's because currently optic and Complexity are better than NRG. They're all currently better.
That was
And
my list
SSG
hard
is
NA
better than
Copium, bro. EU
Wait,
has
did
like
it?
2 teams.
If any list is hard, NA Copium is mine.
No, I think EU's got 2 teams. That's why I've got two EU teams in the top 8, 4 NA teams in the top 8.
Yeah.
So even my list is majority red, but it's more spread out to look.
Yeah,
pretty.
yours is more spread out.
Hey,
Yeah.
it worked.
Looks
I've
very
actually
colorful.
won. I actually won the list for once because it's nice and
It's diverse.
It's
Rainbow.
a diverse
Yeah, it's
little
really
list
pretty.
there.
Oh, man.
Note to self: spread. Be more colorful.
The rainbow list.
All people care about is color.
I mean, you got to remember, like players like Senzo and Veloce, Mawson on 01, and like Lost on the club. If they're making it through wildcard, they're probably gonna look pretty good. Like they're gonna play a lot more than people who qualify and then just get eliminated early. Surprised I won with no Justin. I'm not surprised. I don't think I feel like omitting energy is not weird at all.
Hey, man. We'll see, man. We'll see soon. We'll see. A lot of these matchups are way closer than what you're saying.
Even if I predicted my bracket predictions, I got energy losing lower bracket to optic 4-3. Even if I put energy through that one, I still wouldn't put Justin on my list because I don't think beating optic is impressive enough to like get a spot on the list over players
That
like
just shows
Lost,
how much you
Mawson,
discredited
Monkey Moon,
discredited
AJ.
him, though.
Now look at my 20 through 24. They're definitely like more deserving.
I'm not
If
talking
they
about-
play
I'm
like
talking
I will, I think they will.
I'm talking about how you have Optic favored against NRG.
Yeah, because they look pretty good.
Yeah, I wouldn't have
they were
that.
solid at London, and NRG looked super shaky last time I saw them in LAN.
They lost the champions in 5.
Yeah, but what was the score of Game 5?
Oh. They were up 2-1. They kind of tossed.
No, they weren't up 2-1. They lost 5-1, so they can't be up 2-1.
I don't know. They were up 2-1 in the series.
Yeah, and then they got clapped Game 4 and lost Game 5 5-1. It wasn't a close 5-game series. It wasn't like BDS G2, which was 1 goal overtime.
They stole their hearts. They took the momentum. You got to give it
Plus,
to the young guys.
Queso at that time used to go Game 5 with everybody and win.
They basically still
Everybody and
do
win.
that.
Yeah, they go Game 5, Game 7 with everybody and win. So it's not like getting
And
Game
then
5 with them is close to
eventually
winning.
that's going to come back to bite them.
Well, people keep saying that, but it doesn't actually bite them.
I mean, yeah, when you got SSG throwing a kickoff, so it hasn't been them yet, but it's coming soon. It's coming soon. I don't think it's gonna happen yet, but you can't keep getting away with these some great
I would
wins
agree
and
with the
some
kickoff
fortunate
goal.
wins.
I would agree with the kickoff goal point. I think that's insane. I couldn't believe that. But yeah, lessons learned.